Well, hello there, friends. How are you doing today? Good to see everybody. Bugs, Ham Off, Fire Neko, welcome on in. And Hamio Chibi, how are ya? Sorry for how I acted yesterday, Chibi. I could not be more confused by this statement. I have to say, I do not know at all what you're talking about, so apology not accepted. All of your behavior was perfectly acceptable yesterday, so gonna leave that one right there. Kate, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for giving Kate a shout out. Oh, Chibi, your grandma's okay. Oh, thank goodness. And she's at home, and apparently she didn't even need stitches. Oh, that's such good news. I'm really, really glad to hear it. You and your family must be so relieved. Ugh, still sending you guys all the healing vibes. I'm sure your grandma needs to rest up for a while, but oh, so, so glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear Chibi's grandma's okay. Yeah. Blade, welcome in. Thank you so much for your lurk. I appreciate it. We got a shout out for Blade too. Leaflet, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today, friend? We've got our classic shout out to the Void for Leaflet. Amazing. We're doing pretty good. Awesome. Neko's also good. You made three loaves of zucchini bread. Let's go. Neko is such a master baker. I feel like every single time we chat with Neko, it's always like, I baked this, I baked that. And I'm so impressed. You were baked out for the week. Yeah, but three loaves in one day. Like, so understandable. I bet it's going to be delicious. Is it the chocolate chip one, Neko? Let's see. You were a little rude yesterday. I don't think so. Chibi, I think that your definition of rude and my definition of rude must be two different things because I do not recall this, I have to say. Oh my goodness. Not even close, exactly. Thank you, Leaflet. One is chocolate chip. Oh, and it's for your mom. Very nice. I, over the weekend, baked a second batch of chocolate chip cookies because I still had some chocolate chips left over in the bag from the first time around. And what do you want me to do? Just leave those chocolate chips sitting in my cupboard and not do something with them? So yeah, I just baked more cookies. I think I accidentally made them bigger this time around because the recipe did not produce as many cookies as it did last time. I didn't really count, but like I used the same cookie jar to put them away and it was not as full this time. And I'm also pretty sure that Fran and I ate more cookies throughout the baking process last time. So somehow, even with eating less cookies while things were still baking, like waiting for different batches to come out of the oven, like eating less during that time, we still had less cookies overall. So they must have been bigger because I made the same amount of dough. But we're also like running out so much faster. I think before it took us like 2 weeks or something, 2.5 weeks to get through all the cookies. And now it's been like 1 week and I think we have four cookies left. So I'm like, oh no. Definitely gonna be time for a cookie break once Fran and I finish up this batch. Looks like you already have some potential sales. Wow, that's so exciting, Kate. Amazing. Ooh, ooh. I'm so happy for you. And Chungus, welcome in, friend. How are you doing today? It's always hard not to eat the fresh out of the oven cookies or the dough. Oh my god, I'm such a dough girl. What's the difference? A girl dough. That sounds like a deer. Okay, so dough girl, but that also makes me sound like I'm a girl made out of dough, which maybe I eat enough cookie dough for that to be the case. But like, oh my gosh, I love cookie dough more than I love cookies, I think. So I don't know. I have a really tough time not eating more of it. The only thing is, I do know that I will get an upset stomach if I eat too much cookie dough, and it's not to do with like my flour not being baked or whatever, that kind of sickness. It's just probably too much sugar. And I feel like that happens easier. Hold on one second. Okay. I felt something under my desk with my foot and I was like, oh, what is that? It's just a cable that's like in a different place than it usually is. And I was like, what am I touching? Anyways, yeah, I just get a stomachache easier from eating cookie dough than cookies for some reason. But maybe it's just because I overall eat more dough than I would eat cookies in general. Who knows? NECA, you eat the leftover dough from the bowl, always have, and will continue to do it. Same, the leftover dough in the bowl, the leftover dough on any utensils that were used while mixing, spoons that were used to scoop out the dough from the bowl onto the baking sheet, like all the things, all the little bits where cookie dough might be. I'm all over that. But yeah, hello Chungus. How you doing today? Cookie dough's just so dang good. It is. And I have tried to make batches of just cookie dough before where like you try and bake the flour so that way it doesn't get you sick and there's like not eggs in the recipe and blah blah blah. It's not the same. Baking the flour gives it a taste and I don't like it. Alrighty. So I'm gonna get the farm started up. Let me pull up my list here. We got a bunch of folks who play with us on the farm from time to time. If you see your name here, you're welcome to join us immediately. If you don't see your name here, we have a channel point redeem for you to join the farm if you would like to do so. Just whenever you redeem it, I do have to make another house for you, but there are no limits on the number of houses that we can put in because we've adapted the save file to accept as many farmers as we want. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, anybody that wants to play with us, we're just playing on the Steam version. You don't need any mods or anything to play. And you can join the farm if you wish, but also you can just chill with us too, either way. But yeah, always just want to remind folks that that is a thing. So hopefully I can remember what exactly I was doing on the farm. It's been a minute, around two weeks, I think, since we've been on the farm because I've been on such a Super Mario RPG kick. Not gonna lie, I kind of almost decided to play Super Mario RPG again today because I just had the itch a little bit. I don't know. I was like, but what if we did more RPG? But yeah, I also felt the need to check in with the farm, so I did decide to go with that in the end. Let me just turn these names off real quick. And if anybody needs a refresher on that, I can turn it on, no problem. But yeah, I definitely am having such a good time with Super Mario RPG. And, I don't know, kind of sad that I think we're gonna end up finishing it next week already. It's so crazy because it feels like we just started it, but we've already got 5 out of the 7 stars. So I figure 1 star on Monday, 1 star on Wednesday, and then whatever final game content that there will be on Thursday, and then that's gonna be it. Like, what the? Aurora's hooked. I am. Oh my goodness. To be used to sneak bites of the ready to bake cookies all the time. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, those rolls of cookie dough that you could get. It was like, I think it's just Pillsbury sugar cookies. So you get a roll of dough and then you would cut it up and there'd be like a pattern shape, whatever in the center. That dough is so good. Oh my God. That was my favorite as a kid. Probably still my top tier cookie dough these days as well. Chungus. Oh, it's about to storm. Ooh. Maybe that's gonna be exciting. I like stormy days, especially when you're like cooped up inside and it just feels all nice and cozy and you feel so protected from the raging storm outside, and it just, I don't know, it brings you peace, I guess, to know that you're somewhere safe. So I hope you enjoy the storm. I hope it's one of those. Chibi's doing good. She just made an omelet. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is for dinner yet. Fran and I did go to the grocery store today during lunch and we got more stuff for salsa if we wanted to make more fresh salsa with more onions from the garden, which could be very exciting, but we've also got like lots of pasta options and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we had actually with the fresh salsa that I made, we had some over the weekend. I think I ended up posting a picture of it, but we made like breakfast tacos. We're like not quite Mexican style, but like leaning towards that flavor palette, and we had the salsa with it and everything. It was so good. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your omelet, Chibi. Glad you're enjoying it. Super Mario RPG, yeah, it's so good. I wish it was longer, and I really did think the game was gonna be longer before I started. Like, I didn't look up anything about it, and so I didn't know it was gonna be this short. And yeah, it keeps surprising me, I guess. I keep, like, every single stream, I'm like, surely I won't get another star piece. Like, it's gonna start taking longer and longer between each one to get it, right? And then we keep getting another one every time, and I'm just like, what? I forgot about the squid hat. I know, it's so good. I love all the silly outfits in this game, and I got a little dress and not dress, skirt and shirt combo to match, which I think is super cute. So it goes quite well with the squid hat. Lensetti, hello, welcome in. How you doing? Dough flavor probably changes because you cook the dough and other ingredients. Yeah, like when are you saying whenever I tried to make like cookie dough that stays cookie dough and you bake the flour? Because I know that changes the flavor. Are you referring to like actually baking cookie dough into cookies? Because surely that changes the flavor as well. But I feel like somehow it's different. Why does the flour taste different when you bake it on its own versus when you bake it in the whole cookie? I don't understand that. It'll be fine. You like stormy weather. Yay. Yeah. Curl up with something cozy. Good book, good game. You can keep chilling with us if that's your fancy. Um, but I feel like that's the best way to handle storms. Okay. I don't know if we made this as something for the raccoons. What if the truffle oil was also something for the raccoons? I'm going to go check on them before I sell anything, actually. But I will put away all these cranberries. I doubt that the raccoons are needing those. You're supposed to be leftovers, but there weren't any that you wanted. Fair enough. Eggs are so easy to make, like so quick, right? So if you didn't want any of the leftovers, I feel like it's not a big deal to make a little omelet there. Hashtag bring back Mallow and Gino. Speaking of, let me see if I got it to work. I tried to do some stuff with the stream avatars yesterday. Some of the ones that I tried to add didn't work, but hey, some of the ones that I tried to add did work. Look at that guy that we have now, Chibi. Pretty cool, huh? That's the only one that I could find from Super Mario RPG. All the others were just like, I think there was a Mario and Luigi from Superstar Saga, but oh, there we go. Oh, and apple jelly. Okay, let me see if we have apple jelly. Yeah, I had Mario and Luigi from Superstar Saga, but I already have Mario and Luigi both from original Paper Mario and from Thousand Year Door, so I didn't feel like we needed another Mario and Luigi version after that. But yeah, we've got Gino! So hopefully that will be a good holdover for the longing for these characters. But yeah, I super wish they had a Mallow. It was just random. I think I searched Super Mario RPG and they were like, here's a stream avatar pack with just Gino. And I was like, okay, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get, you know, but super wish that there was just a little bit more here. Okay, don't let me forget apple jelly. We gotta be looking for that. You see some Pokemons. On oh yeah, I was gonna say on the farm. No, yes, in the stream avatars, we now have a few select Pokemon to choose from because I do generally try to make it so that the stream avatars are from games that we have played before, and because the only Pokemon game that we've really played on stream is XD Gale of Darkness, and excluding like the one stream I did of Pokemon Violet, I wanted to make the Pokemon that I chose prominent ones from XD Gale of Darkness. So that's why we have Lugia, Eevee, and then the first 5 evolutions. So it's Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and then Espeon and Umbreon. So those are that's what we have for Pokemon. I think I did end up taking away some of the Animal Crossing villagers because there was just so many of them, and I know not all of the ones on there were super popular. And then I feel like there is something else as well that I was like, oh, we kind of have a lot of these. I'm not sure. I considered taking away some of the chows, but I didn't end up doing that. Lady KV, welcome in. No lady today, lots of love. Oh, that's okay if you don't have time to play. Appreciate you stopping in to say hello, though. It's good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Thanks for giving her a shout out. Ah, Neko, Eevee's your favorite? Nice. I actually made so much work for myself by accident when doing all these avatars yesterday because did I get the stuff out of here and then I didn't put it in the... Yeah, I did do that. So the way that it works with the stream avatars is that people make packs of the avatars where like the animation is already done for you for like the walking and jumping and other little things. Hey, we got a little Eevee from Neko. Nice. So like all those are already made, and you just like through the Stream Avatar app, you can search for like different packs of these avatars that people have already made, and you just download them, and then you automatically like they'll show up for people to be able to select. And so I was like, oh yeah, I want to add some Pokemon, but like I didn't want as I said, all the Pokemon. I wanted the ones that were like very reminiscent of, or evocative, let's say, of XD Gale of Darkness. But the only thing that you could do, like that people had created, was packs of like each generation of Pokemon. So it's like you could download all the Gen 1 exclusive Pokemon, all the Gen 2 exclusive Pokemon, and so on. And so because Eevee and the first three evolutions are in Gen 1, and then Lugia and Espeon and why do I keep forgetting this one? Umbreon. Those three were in Gen 2. I had to download all of the Gen 1 Stream Avatar Pokemon and all of the Gen 2 Stream Avatar Pokemon. And I thought, like, okay, that's fine. And then I'll just only keep the ones that I want, which is what I ended up doing in the end. It was just, like I said, way more work than I thought it would be, because I was like, okay, I've got the folder open that shows, like, all of the images of the stream avatars. So if I just delete the ones I don't want, they'll go away, right? No, I think that's how it's supposed to work. But what ended up happening is that like they still stayed within the program, and like you could still select them, but they just no longer had images. So you would turn into nothing when you clicked on it. And I had to then go manually through and delete every single Pokemon that I didn't want, which was like hundreds of Pokemon that I ended up having to delete manually. And like I said, I don't think that it's supposed to work that way. I'm pretty sure that like if you delete the image, it's supposed to realize like, oh, the image is missing. Do you want me to just remove that? Because it did that for like some things when I was fiddling around with it last night. But by the time I got to the Pokemon, I feel like I had opened and closed the program so many times that like maybe it just wasn't loading properly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like making things up at this point. But yeah, I spent like an hour deleting all those Pokemon. It was ridiculous. Let's see. We need all the chows for Sonic. Yeah, they're still up there for now. You've been on and off. Shiny hunting Eevee. Oh, nice. I've still never done a shiny hunt before, but I feel like that's partially because I still just haven't played that much Pokemon. But I feel like I've asked people this before, but I'm kind of confused as to what a shiny hunt entails. Because I'm always like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, you're just walking around, like kind of grinding, I guess, hoping to encounter a shiny. But I don't know if like trying to hatch one from an egg is also under the shiny hunting umbrella. Like that is unclear to me, I guess. So I don't know if you want to shed some light on that for us, Neko. You'll find them. And then, oh, true, you have to decide if you're going to evolve them. Are you trying to get enough Eevees that you could have one shiny of all the different evolutions, maybe? All right, I wonder if there's an apple jelly going in here, but we've got all our jammers going, so I can't start an apple jelly right now. I'm going to go see if the things are done on the farm. And then also, I've been working on befriending Krobus. So it looks like I've already gifted him this week, so that's good. Neko, you want a team of shiny Eevees and its evolution? Oh my goodness. That's gonna be so cute once you get it all done. Alright, no extra eggies in there. That's good that we're all caught up. Shiny megas are always cool. Oh, hold on. I didn't finish reading Neko's message. Okay. A team of shiny evolutions and... No, Eevees and its evolutions. But you have mostly been shiny hunting Pokemon that can mega evolve. Oh, okay. So Eevees can't mega evolve, I guess, is what I'm understanding from that statement. So you're also looking for other ones that can mega evolve. You hatch eggs. That is your version of shiny hunting. Okay, so people could potentially mean more than one thing. Do you think that generally when people say shiny hunting that they are talking about hatching eggs, or do you think that it could just as easily be them like walking around hoping to encounter a shiny? Let's see. Shiny Mega's always cool. So far, only one that you have is shiny Gyarados. I really like the colors of shiny Gyarados. It's so bright and it stands out. I know some people like subtleness of certain shinies where it's like, oh, their eye color has changed or something like that. But for me, it's just hard to tell that they're a shiny. And like my first shiny ever, I almost missed it because it was something very subtle like that. It was a picky peck. And the only reason I knew it was a shiny is because those came around in Sun and Moon which is one of the only Pokemon game that I've played. And in Sun and Moon, there was like partner battles. And so it was like a wild, shiny Pikipek that I didn't realize. And then it called for its buddy to come help it. And when its buddy came, the buddy looked different. And I was like, wait, why do they have like different eye colors? And I was like, oh my God, oh, it's a shiny. And then that's how I caught my very first one. But yeah, unless the other one had come over there to show me the subtle differences, I would not have figured it out. Okay, I know that there are 2 truffles somewhere down here because look, I have this little arrow. It's a little blocked by the avatars, and this little arrow. So that means that there's something to forage down here, and they go away, which means now I'm in like the vicinity of it. Oop, there's one. There they are. Oh, lost in the grass. Leo, hello, welcome in. What did you think of Musume? I can't say it without looking at it spelled. What did you think of Tangy's stream yesterday, Leo? I know that you've been playing it, so it's not as if it was like your introduction to it, and whatnot. But yeah, I thought it was fun to catch a little bit of the horse girl game. Don't have to worry about the shiny fainting or running away. You personally prefer hatching over trying to catch because you don't have to worry about it fainting or running away. That's a really good point. Or you could leave the battle if you didn't realize it was a shiny. However, I realized that if you were shiny hunting, you probably wouldn't be as silly as me and not even realize what the heck it was. But yeah, that is definitely something that could happen that would be very, very frustrating. Thank you for giving Leo a shout out. And Kate, thank you for the lurk. Enjoy your foods as always. Let's see. Ooh, time for bed. Neko, you also run around and encounter random shinies. You found a male shiny Salandit and a Go-Goat while hatching eggs. Which one is Go-Goat? I know the Salandit. Is it the male ones of those are pretty rare, right? So maybe go to sleep. Yes, it's 12:20. Is it like super rare to find a shiny one of those? And then yeah, Go-Goat I can't picture off the top of my head. Done with games for now? Oh, what were you playing, Leaflet? The Nintendo Direct! I forgot about it! No, I did not see it this morning. Oh my goodness. Wait, should I could pop that on in the corner of the screen. We could watch it while I'm playing. It's not like Stardew is that action-packed or anything. It wouldn't be a huge deal to kind of be paying attention to both, yeah? Maybe that's something that we'll do. But yeah, I totally spaced that. Last night, I was thinking about it because I know Blade posted about it in his Discord, and I think Zane posted about it in my Discord. So I was definitely aware, and I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll wake up early at 6 o'clock to watch it, and then I can be done with it before work even starts. Ugh, I did not even remember the rest of today until you said something just now, Lanceti. Oh, man. It was pretty cool watching them experience it with fresh eyes. Aw. Yeah, Tangy seemed like she was enjoying it. Chibi, different games have unique ways of shiny hunting, you mean? Diamond, Pearl, Platinum have a method that involves chaining, killing the mon that you want, which can be tedious. Chaining, killing it. Like you have to encounter it and fight it multiple times and then it becomes more likely? Is that what you mean? Or I might be misinterpreting. The Nintendo Direct was alright. Shall we see? To be Terra Radis Zan. Terra Radis Zan have shinies, but unless it's an obvious shiny, you don't get a hint that it's a shiny. What? I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm too out of the Pokemon loop for this. Okay, why not? I'm gonna pull it up. You can go to YouTube and see if I can find the direct. And then, what am I clicking on here? Didn't search properly. I think the page wasn't fully loaded and I thought I was clicking into the search box, but I think I clicked on a video instead. Nintendo Direct. Was it? Well, I was about to ask questions, but if we're literally about to watch it. Okay, streamed 9 hours ago. So I'm gonna open that and then pause it. Full screen. Okay, and then let's see. We want to do a window capture of I don't know, YouTube window. Oh, I found it. Capture cursor. Does this do audio? I kind of don't think so. So I think I need to do the audio myself, right? If you guys want to hear it with me. YouTube window audio. Okay. So let's see if you guys can hear that. Oh, that's making sound. Okay. I mean, why not, I guess. Are people fine with this? I don't want to be like too disruptive or anything, but I just feel like Stardew is chill enough that it's hopefully not too disruptive. But yeah, let me know. I won't pull the trigger unless people seem okay with it. I will take silence as an I'm okay with it. So if you object, go ahead and say so. Let's see, Neko. It's a grass goat. The goat. Is it a newer one? Salandit, the female is rare and male is common. Oh, I had it backwards. Okay, and unfortunately, the male Salandits can't evolve. I did know that. It's so unfortunate. It's interesting though. I do like that they have these differences, I guess. I think it's supposed to be is it supposed to be based off of that like fully female lizard species or like maybe slightly inspired by it or something? You have to encounter and kill the same species before you can ever see a shiny, or just like it will make the odds more likely, I guess. I feel like I'm assuming that's what it is. Makes the odds more likely, but it's not impossible. There's no shiny sound. Oh, shiny sound when in a Tetra raid, unless one of your teammates is using a shiny. Whoa. Okay, so you really have to be vigilant then. Because, yeah, usually there's like a little sound or sparkle or something to indicate to you that a shiny is there. Next, Aurora will put Subway Surfers gameplay and dangling keys on the screen. Yeah, you guys need to be fully entertained your entire attention span all the time, right? We've got to have 5 different screens that we're looking at, otherwise we just won't feel normal. Go-Goat came out with Pokemon X and Y. Oh, okay, so it's an older one that somehow I just haven't encountered yet. Interesting. And it makes the odds more likely. Got it. Okay, well, since I don't have any pushback, I'm gonna go ahead and press play. And we'll just see how it goes. Oh, I bet you it's gonna be like a countdown timer for the first few minutes or whatever, huh? Oh, should I turn that down? You don't really care too much what they're saying, right? Most of you have already seen it. Okay, let me know if that's a good volume. Partner showcase. I hope that there's a lot of original Switch stuff in here. Oh, Switch 2, okay. This looks cool. Dragon egg? It very much is giving like Breath of the Wild kind of vibes, isn't it? Whoa!
Our ignorance is proving fatal. The encroachment threatens to drive our people out of house and home. But this divide has brought our 2 kingdoms to the brink of war.
I'm gonna assume that I'm not familiar with this game series.
My people have been driven into a corner, and the point of no return is looming before us.
Can't afford not to go. But it won't be for long.
Monster Hunter. Oh, yeah. I've never played a single Monster Hunter game. The colors of it were very pretty.
I can hear them. 2 sounds. Overlapping each other.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase.
In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners. What you just saw was Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, launching on
Twisted
Nintendo
Reflection.
Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to another grand adventure in the Monster Hunter universe. Today, we'll present games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Monster Hunter story games are really good.
You'll see the logo of the system the game will
What
launch on here.
is the counterpart to the story games? Like, why specify story games? What other Monster Hunter games are there?
Will launch on both platforms.
Oh, okay. So for the original Switch as well.
First up, let's take a look at some upcoming
Chungus, you have a hard time believing that a Rathalos would let someone ride it. Oh, is that the name of the monster? Or dragon, I guess.
by royal decree, a brand new game in the Katamari Damacy
Poor
series
Harvey!
Nintendo Switch.
Ooh, Katamari. His absence makes the heart grow fonder. I agree. He was standing out here earlier, Lady KB.
Trip through the ages.
Hopefully I'm not fighting too much for the volume here with the video, but I think it's okay.
Use helpful items to roll.
But yeah, I saw him just standing out on the porch and I was like, oh, he's waiting for her to come home.
In addition,
I'm sure he does miss Lady KB.
multiplayer.
Online multiplayer for this game?
Katamari and earn the most points to be crowned the
Oh,
winner.
that's kind of cool.
Plus, the iconic
It's like a Mario Party version of
new
this.
soundtrack featuring new
Leo, the story games are the spin-offs that are about people who raise, tame, and ride monsters and are like turn-based RPGs. Ooh.
and roll.
Is Monster Hunter the game that people have been playing a lot recently where you like
Launches
eat
on
the
Nintendo
meat or
Switch
whatever?
October 24th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Once Upon a Katamari. It looks cute.
The dance floor is calling.
Oh. Of course they had to make a new one. I think I did buy a Just Dance game during the pandemic because I was like, I'm going to use this for my exercise. It'll be a fun way to exercise while I'm stuck inside. Pretty sure I did it like 3 times or something. I don't know. I think it's fun, but it's no Beat Saber if you ask me. Oh yeah, the story games are the... So, I don't know. I feel like I just don't know that much about the Monster Hunter games, I guess. I'm assuming, if I'm correct, that of what I'm talking about is Monster Hunter, where the guy... There's like cutscenes of people eating food. Is that one of the non-story ones? Oh my goodness, this was quite the harvest. Okay, I may as well get these two, I think, and see if I have enough
Next up,
seeds.
are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
Some games. Okay, so not all of them. Okay.
Charge up and unleash your fighting spirit in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the latest in the Arena Battler series.
Oh boy. I've never seen this show before.
With over 180
Leo, main Monster Hunter is more action RPG where you fight monsters actively and slowly,
perspectives of
like a long-winded Dark Souls boss. Okay, that does not sound up my alley. I feel like I would be into the story ones. You said they're like turn-based RPGs. Yeah, that is so far up my alley. Turn-based RPG versus just like action RPG. Nah, this is similar to what we were talking about yesterday, where I was like, Kingdom Hearts fighting style is not my favorite. This is exactly the same thing. Leaflet, you dance without the dance games. True. All the K-pop practicing that you've been doing never appealed to you too much. I had a lot of fun playing it with my cousin one summer on Wii though, so it was like a long time ago. And I stayed with them, I want to say for like a good month or two, and she and I played like almost every single day, and I was like, wow, this game's so fun. Which is why like a few years later I was like, oh, this will be a really good way to exercise or whatever. But I think looking back, I must have just been having fun with my cousin, which is kind of sweet, rather than it necessarily being the game. You know, it was like, oh, it doesn't matter what we're doing together. Like that was just fun, was hanging out with each other. So is this Plants vs. Zombies? What the heck? I've actually never played this game. Oh. Is that more hanging out with your cousin than the game itself? Yeah, exactly. It is Plants vs. Zombies. I always just think of this as kind of like a mobile game, because didn't it start on Facebook where you literally play within the Facebook platform or something? I don't really understand. I don't know, just not my thing, I guess. The little plant, you want to hug it. It looks like a Bellsprout. I feel like the design of this plant is very Bellsprout coded. You adore Plants vs. Zombies. Am I missing out? It did not start as a Facebook game? Are you sure?
Club is yours.
What's the history of Plants vs. Zombies? Okay, sports game. Absolutely do not care. This is, not FIFA, right? Like, didn't they lose the rights to using the FIFA name because they didn't want to pay for it anymore? Like, it was getting more expensive, and they were like, nah. So they're just like, whatever, we'll call it generic soccer game. Alright, all my Oilers are going. That's good. I think Sunday restarts the gifts. Yes. Alright, we're gonna quickly go to Krobus's. Pac-Man platformer? Oh, this has already been a thing. What? This is not for me. Lancetti, it's cheap on Steam if you want to buy it. Plants vs. Zombies? Is it part of the summer sale or something? I don't know if I would buy it. I am definitely judging a book by its cover, but I'm just like, I don't know. You're 100% sure that it didn't start on Facebook. It's an old PopCap game. Beyond sure it's not a Facebook game. Where am I getting this idea? Did it ever show up on Facebook? Why do I think this? Final Fantasy? Or... Ah, Tactics! Nice! Fran really likes this game. I don't know. Okay, we talked with Krobus, now we give him a gift. Nice. Ooh, I bet you people will love that. People love voice acting in games. Man, yeah, I feel like Fran would get this if he didn't have so many games on his list. I feel like if I tell him about this, he'll be like, like feeling a bit tortured that maybe he wouldn't have time to play it. Chungus, the first game was awesome, then EA got a hold of it, and things kind of spiraled out of control. For, which one? Plants vs. Zombies or the soccer one? Ooh, Persona, very popular series. Again, I have not played a single one of them.
And explore the city during the day as you forge bonds with every interaction. Then battle through the mysterious Tower of Tartarus and strategic
Tower of Tartarus. It sounds like tartar sauce.
Enter the dark hour and seal your fate when Persona 3 Reload launches on the Nintendo
These are taking
Switch
so
2
long.
system October 20th.
Oh, did I accidentally put a sunflower in here? Whoopsie.
On Nintendo eShop. Next, please take a look at this.
Oh, okay. Is this like DLC or something? Plants vs. Zombies. Okay, so that was an indie thing and then EA got it?
He will bear his fangs.
He will bear his fangs.
Until Hyrule itself is no more.
Be that as it may, we face
Oh, it's one of the fighting ones, like Hyrule Warriors thing. Is that what this is? Yeah, that's what this is. I never was excited for these ones, just like beat 'em up, whatever kind of thing. Neko might put that on your list. Oh, the Pac-Man one. Oh, for real. The platformer. Interesting. You a platformer kind of person?
There is danger here.
Ja.
Enormously so.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Makes sense that they would do another one. Persona 3 Portable is your favorite game of all time. What? Favorite game of all time ever? Whoa, that's some heavy leaflet lore right there. Persona can be pretty dark. They involve adult themes. Ooh. Is that the case with this one leaflet?
That was the latest
Bug
trailer
Fables
for
2
Hyrule
win!
Warriors, Age of
Oh, that would be
Imprisonment.
so
We hope you're
fun.
looking forward to
That would
experiencing
immediately
the
move up to the top of my
phenomenal
list of the
events
very
that
next
led
game
to
I'd be
Zelda
playing if it
Tears of
came
the
out,
Kingdom.
Chibi.
When it
Does that
launches
make you
this
feel better
fall,
that even though I
we'll
won't
share
replay
more
the first
information
Bug
on this
Fables,
title
Bug
in the
Fables
future.
2 has like
Let's
highest
continue with some
priority on my
new
list if it
games
becomes a
coming to
thing.
Nintendo Switch 2.
You want to try Persona but not sure where to start.
Built from Sundays.
Is it like not
It's
just
game
the
time.
first Persona game?
Kick off your journey to become an NFL
More
legend
sports
in the most
games.
dynamic
Stop
modern
giving me
game
sports
yet.
games.
Rule the field with all new player traits and realistic play styles.
Zelda. Anywhere, whichever one interests you most. You do not have to play in any order. Oh, there you go. So it sounds like you can't go wrong, Chibi. Maybe if there's one that ever goes on sale.
Team to victory.
They're not that interconnected. Okay. So maybe just like similar art style stories and some overlapping characters or something? Is this apple jelly? There it is! Oh, I knew Ely had started making some.
Each with their own strategies.
Nice.
Customize your game plan by selecting new abilities each week that offer different tactical advantages. Then
Persona 3,
level them up
you
to
shoot
fine-tune
yourself
your
in the
play.
head in combat constantly? Whoa! That is very brutal. You have to just do that all the time? Oh my god. Yeah, I'll say adult themes. Holy moly.
14. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
It does make you feel better. Oh, good, Chibi.
A
Yes,
cozy
ever. Persona 3 Portable is your favorite game of all time. Wow. What's the difference between
enthusiasts
Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable?
in this cozy
What is
fire-building
this? Chilling by the fire.
chop wood. Arrange the pieces.
It looks like a VR game though.
Light 'em up. But if you don't fuel the flames properly, they'll
This is
fizzle
literally a
out.
game about starting fires. Maybe I have to play
Play
it.
laws based on the fire's strength. Let enough oxygen flow through and
Do some
maintain the
heat
warmth
transfer
around you.
calculations.
Don't let wet logs dampen your fire. Dry them before tossing them in the flames. And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just
This is
blow
so.
on
This
it.
feels like,
Sometimes, though,
you know how there's an anime about everything ever, like the most niche stuff. I feel like the same is true for video games. This one is like so specific to building campfires or bonfires or whatever.
Campfire making skills first.
Super weird.
With a compatible USB camera.
Leaflet. Persona 5 is for sure the easiest to get into game-wise. Okay.
Pick up some interesting
So
conversations.
could be a good option if you were still overwhelmed by the choices. Peach jelly, yum.
When chillin' by the fire sparks to
Chillin' by
life
the
on
fire.
Nintendo Switch 2.
I mean, people love cozy games. I don't think anyone's gonna,
Fight
you
battles
know,
big
think that
and
that's too
small
out of
in
place.
these
But it is interesting.
Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Uh,
Squad up and survive
Squad
19
up.
other teams in Battle Royale.
is this similar to Fortnite? I've never played
Show
this
off your
game.
skills in mixtape.
I barely know about
You'll take on
Fortnite.
players
I only
in
know
game
from like the
types.
one day that I played with Corlina and Ely and
Battle
Jin.
Royale and mixtape have enhanced
It
resolution
seems
and
very
server
Fortnite. Lancetti, you played Persona 3 FES? So much fun. How many Persona 3s are there? I feel like
Showdown.
maybe people have explained this to me before. Oh no.
Cure
Who's this
witch's
little guy?
illness. Her tiny familiar embarks on a grand adventure. With your
This is
magical
similar
foggy
to
bag
Moss.
hotel,
That was a VR game where you play as a mouse and you go on an adventure.
pull,
Or what's that cat game?
and even
Stray?
swing to
Kind of
greater
giving
heights.
Stray vibes.
Explore this vast world and gather ingredients to create a cure for your enchanting ally. Plus, up to 4 players can journey together in online co-op. A little mouse's magnificent adventure begins when Hella launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
Okay,
explore
looks
a galaxy
cute-ish.
opportunity.
Maybe a little too realistic looking for me. I prefer more cartoony stuff.
Galaxy
Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick because I feel like I'm starting to get a little behind on chat. You're gonna pick it up for your Switch. Oh, Persona 5, you think? And Leo said there's like 4 versions of Persona 3: base, portable, FES, and reload. Okay, I definitely feel like I have a memory of a similar conversation to this. I think it has been explained, but it's been a minute since folks told me, and unless I'm like kind of entrenched in the franchise, I feel like I would not remember, so I don't. Okay, hold on. How many... Do I have enough that I should be going around doing this? I don't think I've checked on the animals yet today, so I also need to do that. Chungus, your favorite sports game is unironically 100-foot robot golf. It's exactly what it sounds like, but framed as a low-budget 90s anime. Hold on, did anybody? No, nobody joined me. What was I hearing? It was the animals. Interesting. Have you ever heard of a game called Normal Human Basketball? It's kind of sounding like that a little bit. Normal Human Basketball is a multiplayer game where together, collectively, you all control like different limbs of this robot and you each control it independently. So you're trying to work together to control this giant robot while it's playing basketball. So I think it's like a team versus game where one of you is controlling one robot and one of you is controlling another robot, and then like obviously the name is a joke, Normal Human Basketball, because you're clearly not normal humans that are playing basketball together. But if I had to pick a favorite sports game, maybe I'd go with that. I don't know. I haven't played too much of it. It was only like a little bit. Maybe even it was a demo at a con or something like that. I don't remember, but it was pretty charming. Kate, welcome back from your lurk. We're watching the Nintendo Direct from this morning. Leaflet, Persona 3 Portable has a whole other route to play as. You play as a girl instead of the standard main guy thing, and you adore her and her social links so much. Oh, you gotta love when a game gives you options. Although they should have just given you the option in both games. But if it's a different story entirely, I understand why it would be something different. But yeah, it's kind of reminding me of It's a Wonderful Life. Is that what it's called? A Wonderful Life versus Another Wonderful Life, which are Harvest Moon, right? Harvest Moon games. And one of them you play as a boy and one of them you play as a girl. But I think other than that, they're exactly the same. Here it sounds like there's a lot more differences between Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable. Okay, now that those guys are taken care of, I'm gonna sell some stuff, then I'm gonna try and get the wine going in Ely's house. Will you ever do another Fortnite stream? I don't think so, at least not right now. I don't think so. Potentially I could change my mind in the future, but it was like very chaotic and hard to like keep up with chat and play at the same time, and also I'm trying to figure out how the game even works. So yeah, maybe if I felt like very comfortable with the game, then at some point in the future I might be like, oh yeah, I could stream it, because you know, I was gonna say it's not much different than Valorant. It's still pretty different from Valorant, but like it's another shooty game where you like have to be paying attention and your teammates are relying on you to pay attention and communicate with them. But I do feel like I could juggle chat and Valorant at the same time, so it's not like totally ruled out. But I don't know, it's also like doesn't super fit into the different things that I tend to stream on my channel, so I'm not sure like if people, like if I gave them the choice, would anybody end up voting for the Fortnite stream? I don't know. That's kind of like what's going through my mind when I think about it. But good question, Chibi. Ely, hello, welcome in. I'm working on some more ancient fruit wine for you. Oh, except I didn't have enough to fill all the barrels, but we'll go ahead and pick these ones up. How are you doing today, Ely? Make sure you get Persona 5 The Royal. Ooh, this would be a tip for Chibi, I suppose. All right, and then I think, actually, I saw a bunch in here is where I'm going to drop it off. Oh, I did have more. It was just a different stack. Aha, okay. Let's keep going then. You just got home from the knitting club. Oh, you decided to do it. I was hearing you chat with Coralina about it when I was lurking earlier in her stream. How did it go? Did you make any friends? Do you think you would go again? Oh, tell us all about it, Ely. Oh, you're doing so many exciting things recently, like going to the dancing thing, now a knitting club. It's like, Ely's branching out to all the different things, all the different activities. All right, I'm not gonna bother with the coffee. The coffee finishes so quickly, it's like overwhelming to me. I could get stuck in an infinite loop. I think I'll let Ely keep handling the coffee. I'll just harvest this batch for them. Let's see, we got a shout out for Ely. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, what did y'all knit today? I wonder, like, what were all the different projects that all the folks at the knitting club were working on? Every single room is gonna be full of these kegs, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I love it though. Okay, we'll take the coffee too. Drop that off. And this can go there too. I lost my cheese. I think I put my cheese in your fridge. That's such like a random sentence. I think I put my cheese in your fridge. But it's the truth. I honestly don't use this. Oh no. I don't use the cheese that much because it's mostly for when we're going into the caves. This is what I use to up my health, but we're not going in on a regular basis anymore. Okay. This is the front door. Yes, okay, good. Let's see. Leaflet said, the thing about Persona 3 Portable that you adore, that you just don't get in many RPGs. Okay, so it's an experience that you get in this game that you don't get in a lot of others. It matters that you play a girl. People treat you differently. Social situations are different, not just femme pronoun skin on top of a male-centric storyline. That is important for representation, because it's not like those things don't impact a person's life, right? Like anytime that you're like some kind of minority or like female in a male space or whatever, or like not a male space, but what is stereotypically a male space or male dominated space, like those things for sure like have effects on you, and like you said, people treat you differently, and it's subtle things that they might not even realize themselves, but like all this stuff combined, you can definitely tell a difference in the experiences. That is really awesome that they actually cared about those details and chose to include it. Wow. Lancetti, in Persona 3 Portable, since you play as a girl, you can romance the boys and get closer plot to them that you can't do if you play as a boy in the OG and FES version. What does FES stand for? Leaflet, you're still a bit miffed that they didn't include anything from Portable in Persona 3 Reload. For context, it's the remake. Okay, got it. But what is FES? This one is still confusing me. Okay, I think I finished all the chores, so I've got time now to pop down to the raccoons. Let's go. Ilya, went well, but it's been raining today, and there was only one other person. Oh, one of the tavern staff seemed to manage the club a bit, but they were too busy to join. That's fair, yeah. Hard to be working and knitting at the same time. You'll probably go again. Both of you were working on sweaters. Oh, is a friendship blossoming right before our eyes. Uh-oh. Fudge! What did I do with the apple jelly? Oh no, oh no, oh no. That was in my pocket. Did I accidentally sell it? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. God darn it. Why did I do this? You're gonna join the game after you finish doing a nom. Sounds good, Ely. Enjoy your dinner. Fest version was like the fancy finished story version. The fancy finished story version from PS2 era. Oh no, what if I sold it and it's underneath those? I'm gonna check in this bin. What if I put it in Ely's fridge? It could have. If I just added things to stacks, it could have gone straight in and nobody really would have seen it, especially if it's in my second row when my pack is not showing. See, that's the cherry jelly. I do remember putting that in there. Oh, we got an ultra hydrate as well. Thank you, Kate. She was a couple years younger than your parents. You got her whole life story. Oh, okay. She was nice enough. All right. I'm sure it's nice just to kind of have like a knitting community though. Like if you ever had any questions or just like feel a bit of solidarity doing the same thing. Okay. I'm checking in Ely's house. That's what I was doing. Where's my apple jelly? No. Is it in here? No. Please be in the fridge. Fudge! I think I gotta start a new apple jelly. No, it couldn't be in one of these. Okay, you can't put jelly in the keg, right? I must have sold it, and it must be under that cheese. Sad. Dang it, dang it, dang it. You look forward to maybe meeting folks next time. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start back up the direct, and I'll do my ultra hydrate while that's going. I just need to get one of these apples in the jammer. Hold on, apple would be in the fall bin. Yeah, we got plenty of them. You know what? So I don't lose the freaking apple jelly again. We're not just gonna have one of them. All of it is gonna be apple jelly, and I will not disappoint my raccoon friends. Just notice you have the Terraria sword. Is this from Terraria? The Infinity Blade that looks like it has a little bunny on the handle? I've only played that game like one time, I think. And I don't believe I ever saw this particular sword, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was referencing it. Okay, I'm putting all the apples in here as well. All the apple jelly. I'm not screwing this up again. All right, let me press play here.
Far, far away in this open world action adventure game, taking place between the events of the Empire.
Yeah,
Strikes
Ely's
Back
Knitting Club did
and
sound like
Return to
fun.
Jedi films.
Oh, it's a
You'll
Star
take on
Wars
the
game.
role of
Okay.
Kate Bess, who, along with her companion Nyx, is fighting for her freedom. Explore distinct locations, both new and familiar, as you fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates, and gain the means to start a new life. Traverse through space by ship on Kay's Trailblazer, or by land on her S-57 Cardinal Speeder, and take on quests that blend stealth and shooting with some puzzles.
Okay, I would say I'm like an average Star Wars fan. So for people who love Star Wars and especially the games, is this like exciting? Because I don't know. I feel like it looks nice. It looks detailed. But as someone who wouldn't normally get excited by it, I don't know if I'm a good evaluation of it. Okay, I'm gonna do my ultra hydrate.
Survive the future, salvage the past. As an agent of the secret collective,
Ooh.
you'll travel between
Thank
a
you for that,
future
Kate.
plagued by anomalies
Ooh.
and the past on the verge
Still
of
a bit
collapse
bubbly for
to
me.
uncover the mysteries of this world. In the future, dangerous creatures born from the remnants of humanity prowl the wasteland. You'll need to craft ammo and supplies with limited resources to fend
This
off
one's not.
enemies.
No.
But
No thank you on this one.
and after defeating them,
Chungus might be wrong about it being from Terraria, but it's a nod to another game. I would not be surprised. I feel like you're probably right. Maybe it is Terraria even, because aren't Terraria and Stardew, are they like sister games or something? Like there is some relation between them, I thought.
you'll also come across
Am I
rifts
totally
that
off
allow
on
you
that?
to travel back in time.
Ely, you bought another watermelon today? Oh, and some ribs, right? Yeah, because you're gonna do a pot roast with those, right? Is that what it is? Crock pot roast thing. Ugh. Yeah, that watermelon that I picked out this past weekend for bringing to my friend's birthday party, I picked such a good one. It was so delicious. And so much melon as well. It was huge. We didn't finish it at the party, and so I took it home. There was probably half of it left, and like I basically ate the rest of it. I know you're not surprised about that.
Launches on Nintendo
Kronos
Switch
the
2
New
in
Dawn.
September.
Yeah. Alright, that one not so much for me.
Of the East and West clash.
This looks like a mafia type game. Let's see. Lanceti, Star Wars Outlaws sold like a rock in a pond. It was not liked. Oh. Does that say Yakuza? Yeah. Okay, so this is just a port of it to the Switch 2. The game was met with mixed reviews on home consoles and PCs. Got it. Context, Star Wars Outlaws. Thank you, Leaflet. I appreciate that so much. Ooh, another void egg. And Chibi said, can't say, only played one Star Wars game yourself years ago. Yeah, I've also only played one. It was Battlefront 2 for the Xbox. I think it was an Xbox game, but we played it on our 360. It's like the only one I've ever done. I had a lot of fun with it, but I didn't stick with it for too long, I feel. If I remember correctly.
Karaoke.
Alright, I forgot to put the milk in the cheesers.
There's no shortage of things to do.
The cat sword is from Terraria. You checked. Oh, nice. Good spot there, Chungus. Good eye.
A
Bug said, speaking of Star Wars, it's been a while since Space Facts! Let's go! Time for another one. Today, we'll have focus on the solar system. Sounds good to me, Bugs.
The story that launched the epic series is also launching on Switch 2
All right.
the same day.
A lot of these series I just have not touched and don't really appeal to me, so I'm just like, yeah, okay. I'm sure somebody else is very excited about it. Good to hear you've been doing watermelon with tahine. Oh, you need some chamoy. That's like it's like a sticky sauce or something, is that right? Oh man, you're like getting super into all the spicy. I'm assuming chamoy is spicy, but I guess I don't 100% know. What is this? This would be something that Fredo would like. Was that the Red Bulls? He's like literally Fredo Red Bull or whatever because he loves the Red Bulls. Okay, if he has not seen this, we need to make sure. Oh, it's got all the teams, but it's showing the Red Bulls prominently. Hello Kitty Island Adventure! I so wanted to play this game. I never ended up getting it, but I have played a lot of Fantasy Life now, and I feel like that's similar. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and actually deliver that to the raccoons so I don't sell it or something silly. Avoiding. It contains a leaflet shoutout? Yes, exactly. That's how it works. So the leaflet shoutouts make Krobus so happy.
Please take a look.
2 more games.
To pass through that door is to pass through time.
Okay. Square Enix.
Travel a road spanning centuries. From here,
Is that another Final Fantasy?
heroes set out on a journey of hope.
Square Enix presents
Enix,
a
excuse
brand
me.
new action RPG brought to life in HD 2D.
Oh, it's new? Wait. Did she say
This
brand
is
new?
Bilibildia, a continent overrun by
Bilibildia.
beast tribes. A
Never heard of
scarlet
this.
Saphian
I forgot about my
humanity's
Iridium
soul
scythe this whole time. I've been harvesting things one by
fateful
one.
day, a set
Oh
of
my
runes
god.
is
It
discovered
took
in
me
the
so
wilds.
long to do that day where I basically harvested everything.
An adventurer, Elliot,
It's
leaves
okay.
the kingdom to investigate.
Facing danger is what adventurers do.
At his side is a fairy.
Do you
named
guys know about
Faye.
this game?
Together, the duo
Okay, I like
venture
her.
beyond the kingdom's protection into the
Kate,
great
any
wide
relation
world.
to you and this Faye? She's not
During
cat
your
themed
journey,
though.
you'll come face to face with all sorts
So
of
basically,
foes.
oh, Lego Star Wars. Basically, only played Lego Star Wars. That was another one. Okay, I've played two Star Wars games, Battlefront 2 and Lego Star Wars. That was my other one. I played a lot of Lego Star Wars with my younger brother when we were kids.
Bows and arrows to
Think yours was
target
Battlefront
enemies
2 for
from afar.
PS2. Wasn't a fan of the
Chains and
space
sickles to swing and
fights.
pull enemies closer. And
Was
war.
that in the Battlefront game? I feel like
Types and
my
terms.
memory of Battlefront was like you get dropped down on a planet and there's like fighting that you have to do down there.
Combinations of magicite. Try out all sorts of
Chamoy is an
variations.
apricot base with chili. You've got some sweet Tabasco that you could use. That would be like a substitute. I mean, if you find the chamoy.
Your fairy
Should
companion
go for
Faye
it.
can also attack
Alright, I'm gonna head over to
and pick
Krobus.
items.
Elliot, this is the one that you want. This game.
Both Elliot and Faye separately.
Elliot and Faye.
Two players can control them
So I
at the
kind of
same
missed what
time.
she was saying at the beginning. Is this a remake or this is a new game?
Your adventure.
It said like now in HD or whatever, so I thought it was then a remake, but I feel like I thought I heard her say like this brand new game.
Grand journey that unknown to them will span 1,000 years.
1,000 years, spoilers.
The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
All right. Oh, it is
After
brand new.
today's
Okay, so I heard her
presentation,
correctly.
The debut demo will be available. And
They
there
did
will
try
be
and go for an
episode
older looking art
8
style though. I like that. All right, Krobus, love me.
In
Bugs.
the beginning,
Oh.
there was nothing.
Hold on, I'll read your message in a
Everything
second.
began with the birth of Orsa, mother of all. She created our world.
So the last game was also
Land of
Square
Orsa.
Enix? Osterd. What am I even saying? I was trying to say Square Enix threw me off. Octopath Traveler. This one was super popular, right?
Yes.
I Okay, Bug said the fact that the Earth is round was already known in ancient Greece, and they also calculated its circumference with at least okay accuracy, though the exact value they got is debated. Brand new game indeed. Yeah, the little Elliot game. I really like the Faye character. The Faye, creatively named Faye. Yes, that one. Might be misremembering. Brand new game. Yeah, I never played this one, but I feel like there's a lot of hype around it. Ooh, all the trophies. 0. Oh, I didn't realize. What does Octopath Traveler 0 mean?
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct
There you go.
Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
Alright, we got all the deets. We're up to date on everything. Alright, out of these, what do I care the most about? I think the, the one where everything sticks in a ball as you roll it around. I can't remember the name of it. That one I think might be the one that I would be most interested in. Katamagami. Katamagori. Something like that. I don't know. Katadami Gamoragashi Dashi. Katamari Damasi? Something. Something along those lines. I'm not sure. But everybody knows what I'm trying to say, and that's the important thing. Okay, I haven't gotten the cheese out of here yet. Okay. Bugs, the myth that Columbus was an exception in thinking that the Earth was round is false. To the contrary, he thought that the Earth was much smaller. Without America being there, they probably wouldn't have made it. They would have just been in the middle of the ocean when his calculations would have told him that he should have been there. But yeah, I do remember learning that in school as well. Like, I know what you're talking about, that there's like the myth that he thought it was flat, but yeah, the reason that he thought he ended up where he did is because he like had all these bad calculations and he thought that the Earth was a lot smaller than it is. Lancetti, Elliot is made by the people who did Octopath Traveler, and they're also re-releasing Octopath Zero. Releasing or re-releasing? What is Octopath Zero? Okay, I've got truffle oil to make and stuff to sell, apple jelly to wait on because I messed up. I should have checked actually last night what I sold to see if that's where it ended up, because what if it is somewhere else? If I didn't sell it, then that means that it's, you know, in a chest somewhere and I just didn't realize where I put it. But I'm just gonna assume that that's what happened to it. I didn't check the receipts, so I don't know for sure. Bugs, in ancient Greece, they thought that Earth was the center and the planets moon and sun orbit around it. Yes. Thought we were the center of the universe. And I mean, from our perspective, maybe we are. I don't know. Isn't, like, there's edges to the known universe, right? But is that, like, would we know if we were in, like, what part of that we're in? Or would it just be, like, because this is our perspective, it would look like we're in the center because it kind of goes, like, out in all directions, basically infinitely? Octopath Zero is near the end of the direct. Yeah, it was the very last game. But what is the difference between Octopath Traveler and Octopath Traveler Zero? Is it a prequel to the original Octopath Traveler, or I'm not 100% sure what it means. Please do not sell. Oh no. You need a void mayo. Okay. Did I already sell a void mayo today? Probably. I have void eggs in my pocket that I've been giving to Krobus. So let me go ahead and get one started for you, Ely, and that will be your designated void mayonnaise. Void mayo for Ely, right there. I've already given Krobus all his void eggs for the week anyway, so I'm good to go on that front. I should check how many hearts I have with him. Oh, he's tied for the most. I don't know how, oh, look at all these guys. Oh, it's great. God darn it. I don't know how the wizard is so high up in hearts with me. Like, I don't remember ever giving him a gift or anything, so it must have been that we've done like quite a few of his quests or something, because that feels very random. Like, I've been trying so hard to become Krobus's friend, and the wizard is just like, I love you anyway. I don't care about you, Mr. Wizard. Okay. There is a noise background that we can't see past in the star map thingy. Oh, okay, we're talking about space. I thought we were talking about in the game or something, and I was like, the star map in Stardew Valley, what does that mean? And then I heard also noise background. I was like, oh no, something's wrong with my audio. There's like some noise happening in the background. Okay, so there is something that's making it that we can't see like past a certain point. Bugs, to explain observations that were impossible in this model, they resorted to epicircles. Basically, they argued that the planets move on a circle whose center moves on a circle around the Earth. So when they were tracking things throughout the sky, it obviously didn't look like it was going around the Earth, so they're like, oh, it's circles within circles. Trust us. They are going around the Earth. Is that kind of the gist of it? Zero is a new game. Okay, so it is a prequel, potentially. But I guess we don't know yet if it's new, and if they haven't given us that detail. You just would have to assume. But yeah, based on that title, it definitely sounds like it would be within the realm of a prequel. To increase accuracy, you think they started additional levels of epicircles? Just as many circles as it needed to make it look like what they were saying is true, I guess. Okay, where is the spot that you can break through here? Wasn't there like a spot to get to the bookseller or something? I see. Ah, there it is. I was gonna say there is a foraging arrow that was pointing out this way. There you are. Okay. Known planets at the time were the planets up to. Known planets at the time were the planets up to and including Saturn, by the way. Okay, so no Neptune. Neptune comes after Saturn, right? It's further away? Farther away? Whatever. Are there any other games from the Direct that people are excited about? It sounds like mostly the last two from folks. Although Persona. But most of us don't have Switch 2, right? I'm trying to think. Wait, does anybody here have Switch 2? Maybe not. I know Killy got one, but I feel like I don't remember anyone specifically saying that they had gotten a Switch 2. Chibi's gonna hopefully be trying to save up for one. But yeah, they definitely need more games on it. I feel like there's some that might make people more excited, but yeah, for me, the ones that were there on release for the Switch 2, I was like, not really persuading me yet to go out and buy a new console. So Bugs in something. Does the glitch to skip the infinite stairs in Mario 64 work on Switch? Oh, does the glitch to skip the infinite stairs in Mario 64 work on Switch? Big payday coming! Oh, 1 a.m. Oh no, I didn't realize what time it was or where I was. Big payday coming minus 1,000 because I might not make it to bed. Oh no. Hopefully I can at least make it to the farm. Ely, typing eeps more times can't make me walk faster. But you know what can make me walk faster? I've got flipping... Oh, I don't want to pause moving, but I've got the coffee drink in my pocket. I think I'll make it to the farm. Do you have to pay money if you're on your own property, or you have to be inside? Ooh, can I make it inside? I won't make it to bed. Come on, get in a door, get in a door. Ah! So close. Okay, if I'm on my own porch, right in front of my own porch, does it count? Let's see. It won't negate the big payday. Whoa! Do you see that? The numbers went off the board, baby. Oh my goodness. We did pass out. That's my bad. But heck yeah. All that ancient fruit wine. 4,000, almost 5,000 gold per. And we sold over 200 of the regular ancient fruit wine and 2 mayonnaises. Very important. Holy moly. Yeah, we were saving up. No kidding. Big payday. Nice. Let's see. Aw, thanks for doing the no sorry, Bugs. Bugs said, with the advent of the telescope, more observations started to be made that challenged the geocentric model, most prominently to the discovery of 4 of Jupiter's moons, and they were definitely not orbiting Earth. Yeah, true. They gotta be orbiting Jupiter. Maybe, I wonder, like, what kind of, it did cost me 1,000. What kind of mental hoops did they have to go through once they saw that? Like, because I'm sure the first person, maybe not the first person, but, like, somebody heard this evidence and tried to still, like, make their current worldview work, right? So I wonder what sort of mental hoops they jumped through. Like, were they just thinking, oh, well, if it's small enough, a small enough body, it doesn't matter? Because clearly none of us are orbiting around Earth. The rock's on Earth. I mean, I guess they're on Earth's surface, so could you argue that they're, like, revolving with Earth? I don't know, but I just feel like there's things that people could still say to convince themselves, because that's just how the human brain works. We do not want change. What are these? Powder melon, winter, so that's going to go in here. There we go. Chungus, you sold a stack of Iridium Ancient Fruit wine recently. Yes, it's so expensive. It's so good. Was it super satisfying, Chungus? Bugs, this led to the proposition of the heliocentric model, with the sun being at the center. Yep, the planets orbiting the sun and the moon orbiting the Earth. Most prominently developed by Galilei and Copernicus. Two names definitely I've heard thrown around in past studies. Been a minute since learned all these kinds of things. This is a good refresher. And Bugs, if you do get the chance to answer Chibi's question between the star facts, let us know. Does the glitch to skip the stairs in Mario N64 work on Switch? Did you play it on Switch at all, Bugs? Or maybe you only did, like, emulator or something. Or even on the original console. I don't know. Wood? No. Where's wood? This one? Yes. And fishy stuff in here. And the rest gets sold. Pretty sure the Earth revolves around me. That's why we're here, right? Oh, is that not how it works? This is news to me. I did not watch Queen of Sauce yet. I have to go into somebody else's house because my TV is too blocked by too much furniture. Hello? I have never seen an eyeball on these mannequins before, but also I love that we've got the wedding dress here. Very sweet. This house doesn't have a TV. It's just got a gajillion chickens. Look at all those chickens. We gotta find a TV. There we go. They do indeed have eyes. I didn't know this. Queen of Sauce. Cranberry candy. I already know how to cook cranberry candy. I have skipped the majority of Queen of Sauce in this game, so tell me how it was a recipe I already knew. She comes over to your house. You think hers is on the island. Oh, the TV. Was that Jin's house that I was in? Chungus the next day. I'm rich! Yes, that's how we're feeling right now. We're at 3 million, baby. We've recently started the journey to perfection. So you need lots of money for that, to buy all the different bits that you need on the farm to get perfection. I think the main thing is the clock, right? Like, that is super expensive. I'm gonna wait for the honey to sync up, so I'm actually not gonna harvest that. And there's also a hidden honey, I just realized, behind these trees. Maybe I'll cut these trees so it's not hidden anymore. However, this model had one big problem. The accuracy was not good. Not good, not good. Clock is 10 million! Oh, Lord. It's gonna be a minute, isn't it? Oh, you feel so good about a $1 million payday until you hear that one item costs 10 million. Dang. No emulator. Oh, you already said you don't know. Oh, I must have missed that. My bad. Thanks, Bugs, for answering. Chibi, you're gonna have to test it. Or maybe there's, like, already answers online somewhere. We'll get there. And then the scepters. Yep, the scepters are also expensive. Is it, like, $1 million each or something like that? Let's see. Pluto got closer to the Earth and then Neptune, and it angered scientists, which is why they demoted Pluto out of planet status, because its orbit wasn't plain and consistent like they wanted. And I guess the size as well. Like, was that part of... Maybe that wasn't the main motivation, but it was part of their argument in the end. 2 million each for the scepters. Oh, dang. Sus! The eyes. The eyes were super sus. The big problem, as we know, was that they still believed that orbits were perfectly circular, which I think is still how they probably teach people, like, I guess on the super basic level, because some of those details just don't matter. But something that kind of bothers me with those types of teaching models where it's like, oh, they don't need all the details. Later, it feels like you have to unlearn so much stuff because it was like, oh, we didn't want to like bog you down with all the details that were like maybe too difficult to understand or whatever. But then they just told you incorrect things instead, and then you like think that the world works one way or the universe works one way, and then you're like, oh wait, no, it doesn't. I feel like that makes it harder later on. I don't know if anybody else had that experience. I can't think of a specific example off the top of my head either. Okay, I'm gonna cut this down because it's blocking our view of the path here. I don't like it. There's a tapper on this one, so I guess I'll leave that. Looks like we got some truffles down here. Bugs, enter Tycho Brahe? Tycho Brahe? I don't know how to say that for sure. A Danish astronomer. He really carefully observed the positions of the celestial objects and he wrote them down. So kept a log of where everything was. And then Kepler used all of these numbers to formulate laws of planetary motion. In particular, postulated that planets move on ellipses. And technically a circle is an ellipse, right? So any that did have circular, if that exists, I feel like it must be very rare to have a perfectly circular orbit, but it would still fit within that definition, which is good to have a broadly defined, I don't know, term like that, I guess. You want to make sure it encompasses all the different possible examples. Can I, mine this thing, Ely? Do we care about the meteor that's here? Because I can leave it for now. But I just want to double check. Kepler. Is there a... Oh, go for it. Is there a telescope named after him? It's just... Kepler sounds very familiar. But maybe it's just from long forgotten physics days. Who knows? And of course, Newton's law of gravity gave the reason why the orbits are elliptical. Because I suppose the different gravitational forces of things pulling on different things are gonna pull them so they're not exactly circular. Maybe there's something about like, I don't know, is there different like momentum? Because I know that the way that the orbits work is if you like, you can kind of think of the planets falling around whatever they're orbiting. So I wonder if like coming out of these turns, are they ever slower or faster, or are they going like a perfectly even speed around the different orbits? The Kepler telescope. Oh, that is a thing. Where is that located? Does anybody know? I know that there used to be a telescope, like, observatory, I guess. Is that the right word? In Puerto Rico, but I think that got shut down a while ago, sadly. But that was something that was pretty cool there for a while. Let's see, what else do we have to do in here? Internet says that the stairs skip glitch was patched in the DS remake and Switch port. Oh, why they gotta ruin the fun like that? Come on, Nintendo. They don't like glitches. You remember in Animal Crossing when they patched out certain glitches of like people being able to make the star piece trees and things? They were like, no, people cannot have fun. They must play the game the way that we want them to play the game. It was just like, oh, okay, I guess. I never did any of those glitches. I was too scared that Nintendo would get mad at me. But I did. I think I went to at least one island where somebody had those star trees and it was so pretty. Right? You hate it. Yeah. But like, as an, not an artist myself, but I was gonna say like as an artist or like viewing from the artist's perspective, like I can understand why they would want people to have a certain experience with their game. Like, you know, they want it to be experienced the way that they intended because like that's the art that they've created. But then from the player's perspective, I'm like, it's my game. I should be able to do whatever I want in it. But yeah, I mean, obviously with the Switch 2 and them like basically saying that they can brick your console depending on what you do with it, even though it's yours, definitely gives you an insight into what they think of all that. So, Ely, you recently found out that you can use a party popper to scare wasps away in Animal Crossing. Yes, I did know about that. Sorry, I'm just looking for truffles in the grass, by the way. Because if we go up here, can we see the little arrows? Look, one there. I swore there were 3 of them. You picked up truffles. Okay, I think there's still one hidden somewhere. See if I can find it. Ooh. But yeah, I did know about that. I watched a lot of Animal Crossing videos back in the day. So that was one of the little tips that, you know, people talked about in their videos, but I never did it myself. I think I maybe tried once, but it's really hard to time it, actually. Bugs, another one of Kepler's laws answered that. A line segment joining a planet and the sun sweeps out equal areas during equal intervals of time. Ah, that's, I don't know, kind of nice. I like that. So all the areas are equal. So their speed might not be the same at different points, because with it not being a perfect circle, like as you go around, like you're gonna, for the same distance, you would cover a different area. But okay, so their speed is constant area-wise. That is super interesting. Ely has gone to bed. Okay, let me make sure we sold all the... Oh, we didn't even start the cheeses today. Oh no. We got an ostrich egg. Do we need that for anything, or should I just turn it into mayo? I don't have any egg mayonnaise maker thingies over here. Didn't think about that. Maybe I should put like one in the barn. Filbert, and it looks like Ely got their void mayo, so that's good. All right, I'm holding on to the ostrich egg for now, because I don't know. Did I sew with it already? I feel like I might have. I don't know. Mayo it. Okay. I'm gonna, if I've sewed with it already, sewn with it? Sewed or sewn? Have sewn. Then I will definitely mayo it. But if I haven't sewn it yet, you best believe that's what's happening. No! Oh, I'm trying to put it on the wrong thing. Okay, great. Never mind. We'll hold that truffle in our pocket for now. That's Nintendo's problem with Mario Kart World right now. They're at war with the players not wanting to play it as intended. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to imagine like what players are trying to do that Nintendo's like, no! Is it actually glitch related things, or is it just simply avoiding the races and doing more open world stuff than they thought people were gonna do? Like, I just don't know the like extent to which Nintendo would try and enforce their control over things. What background do you have on this situation, Lancetti? Ooh, 11:40 already. I've got time to test the sewing real quick before I go to sleep. Planets go faster when they're closer to the sun. All right. It's almost like the extra gravitational pull is giving them a boost or something. Oh, I haven't sewn it! It makes a hat! A Viking hat! A warrior helmet! Whoa! Okay, we gotta dress up as a warrior tomorrow. That's so cool. Okay, I'm going to bed in somebody else's house. I can't get into my own bed, Ely. The pets are blocking the way. Bugs, the reason why planetary orbits are elliptical: for fixed masses of sun and planets and a fixed starting distance, there is exactly one single starting velocity leading to a perfect circular orbit, assuming no gravitational influence from other objects. Whoa! Only one single starting velocity. What is it? What's the magic number? Lancetti, players want the 3-lap races and Nintendo wants to push open world. Gotcha. Okay, that actually, I'm not surprised by, I guess, because whenever this Mario Kart game was announced, I kind of was a little bit like, oh, open world, interesting, like, I guess that's a cool gimmick, but like, I personally felt like I would not have cared about the open world part of a Mario Kart game, because I'm like, I don't really want a game where you just drive around and look at stuff. Like, that's not the vibes that I'm going for when I go to play Mario Kart. Like, maybe it's cool, but I don't know, like, an exploration vibe where you're kind of wanting to do that thing definitely feels more fitting in like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, where you're just kind of walking around looking at cool stuff. But like a racing game, it just felt very out of place, I guess. So yeah, it kind of makes sense to me that people are like, yeah, we just want to do the races. And Nintendo's like, but did you see the cool open world thing that I put in the game though? Did you see it? Yeah, it's, I don't know. I'm sure some people are having fun with it, and I imagine it would be cool for like a while to do that, but Just definitely not the thing in general that people come to Mario Kart to do, I think. Aurora gonna train those dragons. What? What dragons? I ain't no dragon trainer. Who do you think I am? Hiccup? Aurora gonna train those dragons. I don't know. Did I accidentally make a reference to how to train your dragon? If you're slower than that or faster up to a certain other velocity, you get an ellipses. Ellipsis? Ellipses. Ellipses would be plural, I guess. Ellipsis. Ellipse. Just ellipse, right? Then there is a second special velocity. Is this the one where it's like up to a certain other velocity? At this velocity, it stops being in orbit and instead the planet is shooting away in a parabola. So that's not terminal velocity. That terminal velocity is like when you're falling on Earth and you stop accelerating because of like the drag force of air and whatnot. But I don't know, what's the word for like the velocity that you need to leave a planet's orbit? I know there's a word for it. Bugs, as you said, it depends on the masses. Oh, and the starting distance. True. What about for like the Earth and the Sun? Do you know that one off the top of your head? Like if the Earth and the Sun were the only planets in our solar system, no moon either, what would be the velocity needed? Can you do the calculations for me? Bugs. So you want to provide facts about the universe? Do the calculation right now off the top of your head. Sorry. Oh, man. Oh, dressing as a Viking. Yes! How to Train Your Dragon. That even reminded me. I was going to change my outfit. I totally spaced it. How do I just go to bed and then the very next day I'm already like, wait, what was I going to do? Thank you for the reminder, Chibi. Oh, man. Bugs, if it's even faster, it moves away in a hyperbola. No, hyperbola. Do I know how to say that word? I've definitely seen that word. Excavator shirt, maybe? Does that go with the Viking helmet? Trying to think now, like how Hiccup looks, actually, now that Chibi has said that. Maybe this one. This could look like a... That actually matches the color as well, but like dragon hide, I was gonna say. This also could look like a dragon hide with the polka dots, like different scales on it or something. This is kind of like Link-coated shirt, so that's like an adventurer. What else we got here? Studded vest, maybe. Some jelly is done! Yay! The apple jelly, finally! Second time around. Dark bandana shirt. Let's try that and that. This one's too much like Santa Claus. No. We already got one of those. What else? Overalls. Darkness suit. You may have already given you the toga. I saw a toga on somebody's mannequin, I think. So, but I haven't gotten that far yet in my scrolling through my wardrobe here. You found something. Fluffy shirt, toga shirt. Oh, I've got one. I don't know if I'm going to go with that though. It depends on exactly the look that I'm going for. Ooh, lime green. That's even more like Link. I know Link doesn't have this hat, but green jacket. This is the one that I used for the dinosaurs, like between those two. Caveman? Maybe. How is this a tomato shirt? Oh my god, I've got a gazillion shirts, it turns out. Ugh, have I started scrolling back through? There we go, finally at the bottom. I barely have any pants. Okay, so these ones change color. We don't want that. Farmer pants. Red ones, probably not. Blue jeans, shorts. Relaxed fit. Maybe a darker skirt or darker shorts. I feel like shorts are not going to be the vibe. Farmer pants again. Those are the exact same. All right, not that many pants options. Dang. Okay, and we've already got the hat. So let's see. I guess I'm going to put on these pants because this is more than likely what we're going to end up going with. So maybe... Hold on, we got to get the hat on. Huh? What about the brown? Oh my, hold on, this one. Wait, I look like Elmer Fudd right now. This is actually so good. Oh, with the poofy pants? Yes. Oh my gosh, wait, and there's like brown furry boots. Oh no, it's blue furry boots. Do I have brown boots? Dark boots. Okay, maybe dark boots. Let's see, instead of blue ones. Oh, that's not the boot. Yeah, yeah. Mermaid boots. Those are good. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember to put the mermaid boots back on in the future. I am really liking this outfit. Oh my goodness. Ugh, amazing. I love our ostrich, Ely. Escape velocity. That's the word I was looking for, Bugs. Thank you. Okay, hold on. What did I miss while I was picking out my outfit? It always takes me so long. I've been there like literally all day just standing in front of my dresser trying to pick an outfit. Okay. Let's see. We just learned this other special orbit. Dress as Viking. Okay. If it even faster it moves away in a hyperbola. Escape velocity. Alright, cool. Found my spot. Without the larger planets, the asteroid belt would smoosh us. That would be no good. Glad we have our little rock protectors. Although they're not that little, are they? Request denied. Insufficient permission. No calculation for us. Bugs, one of my friends is working on a game, and I think he's getting it to the point where it's gonna be like released in very small batches. I feel like it would be right up your alley because it's like a code themed game. I might see if I can get permission from my friend to send you it or something. Like, I wonder if there's even digital files where you could print it out yourself, because it's just a little card game and you only need, I think it's a deck of 9 cards or something. Oh yeah, the reason that he wanted it to be a deck of 9 cards is so that way you could print it out all on one sheet of paper. So I think it was his intention that people could print it if they wanted to. But yeah, like once I get more information about that, just your response of like request denied, insufficient permission, made me think like, oh, Bugs would like this game. Yay! I found some apple jelly as well, Ely. All right, I'm gonna grab all the fruit from these fruit trees, and then I'm gonna go finish the raccoons' request that they have for us. Okay, so with telescopes, ooh, how do people say this one? Like obviously the classic pronunciation in English is Uranus, but in Spanish, they would say Uranus, which I think is so much cooler and doesn't have the same goofy connotations. So I'm going to go with that. Let's see. With telescopes, Uranus was discovered in 1781, the first planetary discovery since ancient times. Wow! Whoever discovered that must have felt like the coolest person ever. Though it has been observed earlier, even in ancient times, but it was not identified as a planet. Is that just because it was so much further away that maybe its light was more dim and so they didn't recognize that it was a planet? Because we were talking earlier about how all the planets are just so much brighter than any star. So I wonder, I think you probably even gave us all those numbers, because I know like the more negative it was, the brighter it is. I wonder if Uranus is like the dimmest of the planets or something like that. Let's see. However, the orbit of Uranus seemed off. This led to the assumption of another planet. They actually calculated the position this planet would have been in, and lo and behold, Neptune was found pretty close to the calculated position. So, was that one also observed earlier and it just wasn't recognized as a planet? Ely, you've also heard Jupiter would smush us if Saturn wasn't keeping it in place, followed by the little dancing dinosaur, like, yay, we're alive. Oh my gosh, too cute. Lady KB, just to remind you, plant those fiber seeds come winter. Yes, thank you. We've got only a few more days until winter, so it's definitely happening this stream. But yeah, I know Ely had plans for the fiber seeds, so we're definitely going to make sure those get planted. Ely, did you tell me about the tavern that you visited tonight? It's a D&D themed tavern / coffee shop. I did hear you mentioning that to Corlina. It sounded super cool. I was wondering, oh, don't sell that one. I was wondering if they did like other events and things there. Like, do they, like, I don't know, do they hold their own D&D campaign? Do they want people to come over and hold individual D&D campaigns and it's just like perfect environment for it? Or is it just like a place to chill in the D&D vibes? I don't know, but it sounded definitely like it had the potential to be like a board game cafe or something. But yeah, I'm jealous that you've got something like that around. We don't have anything really like that where I'm at. Bugs, the same was thought about the orbit of Mercury, leading to the hypothesis of a planet inside its orbit, often dubbed Vulcan. But there's not actually something there, or it's something that is still questioned. Bugs, do you know? Ely, they have TTRPG type games, or you can bring your own. Tables are rented out for a few bucks, and there were several groups playing tonight. Oh, nice. I bet you they have groups every night. Like, if they're a D&D themed tavern, they must have people there all the time. All right, I know you don't want truffles. I'm here with your apple jelly, sir. I almost sold it again. It ended up in the bin, but I took it out. Thanks, Bobo. Take this. Fairy dust. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna stick that in a bin somewhere. I wonder if these are just like infinite quests that you get from the raccoons, or if there's like finally an end to it someday. I don't know. I enjoy doing them, but at the same time, I want to know what happens when you do all of them. Ely, the staff member that you talked with said it was really busy with groups. Usually the knitting club needs more than one table, and the rest is quiet. Wow, so it was the opposite today for some reason. Okay, I went into my house instead of the shed. I feel like that happens all the time to me. I wonder what was different. I guess you said it was raining, but I wonder why the rain would have kept away the knitters, but not the other folks. The other people were like, oh, it's raining. Perfect day to play D&D and go to the tavern. And then the knitting folks are like, oh, it's raining. Perfect day to knit at home rather than go to the tavern. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to pull those out. I think I can catch up on truffle oil if I keep them in my pocket there to remind me. Am I good on Krobus gifts this week? I am. Amazing. And basically bedtime. Let's see. Bugs, the difference to Mercury's orbit were found to be caused by differences between Newton's gravity model and Einstein's relativity model. Ooh, so you get different calculations, like if you use the two different models. Ely, probably because today was 65 degrees and raining. Yeah, but I'm just curious, like, I guess for D&D folks, maybe they have less things to haul around, and maybe, like, is knitting something that you don't necessarily want to get wet, depending on the fibers, and so they don't want to carry it out? Like, is it all about the things that people were bringing with them, and that's the difference in behavior for going to the tavern or not going to the tavern? I don't know. Bugs, because the sun's mass is big enough and Mercury's is close enough, these differences were observable. Wow. But usually, I guess the error would be too small to detect the difference between the calculations. You want to visit the cart? Ooh, I'll go. I like checking out the cart. 10 p.m. Tomorrow's festival. Spirits Eve. Can get our little pumpkins. You know, I'm pretty sure I sewed a pumpkin near the start of this save file, but I can't find the thing that it sews into. Maybe I gifted it to somebody, but I would like to try and get to that event tomorrow in the game, Ely, so that way I can sew my item and get to my thing again, sew my pumpkin. I know they're worth a little bit of money, but I'd rather sew it. Do you want to sew this? Oh, you have one already? The golden one? I see coffee. Or espresso. I always forget to drink my espresso. You don't have the knowledge to use this yet. Oh, is it the statue? The regular one. Oh, does it do the same thing? Hold on, let me check. Wait, how do I get it? Do I have to... Maybe I gotta... There we go. I don't know if it does the same thing or not. I've never actually tried to sew. Okay, if this one doesn't work, then I'll come grab the golden one from you. But let's see. Oh? Oh! Ah! They make something different. I need both. I need both. Give me the other one. This one makes a legit jack-o'-lantern head. Look at that. That is a little bit creepy. But I'll probably have to make an outfit from that someday too. All the hats are so inspiring in this game. The other regular clothes are like... Ugh. Maybe the coolest thing is like the genie outfit. Are you in your house, Ely? Where'd you go? Where's my golden pumpkin? And then we don't even need to worry about the event tomorrow. Rain does weird things to people's behavior. You didn't go to your fiber meet today because you're still sick with a cold. Oh, you're at Robin's. Okay. Let me know, is the pumpkin on your person, or should I check in some bins somewheres? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think about Lansetti's statement of rain does weird things to people's behavior. I guess things just feel a bit off, don't they? It's at home, okay. But where at home? There's multiple bins in your house. I'll just wait until you get back from Robin's, because I don't want to have to go through every single bin, I guess. Chungus. Mutant Carpro. Who's eating Mutant Carpro? Yeah, that's who. Whoever we're selling it to. I'm pretty sure we ferment it first as well. So somebody is buying fermented Mutant Carpro from this farm and paying good money for it. So, I don't know. We can judge them, but we shouldn't judge them publicly because otherwise they might not pay us money anymore. Wouldn't want that. Oh, it's by the door. Like on your, not in a bin. Okay. I knew that. Okay, inside Ely's house? It's on the floor. Oh no, in the chest by the door. Okay. Look at that. Don't have to go through all the chests. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. I get so much joy from sewing in this game, and I absolutely could not tell you why, but there's just so many cutesy little things. See, I knew I had made this before, but I've just misplaced it. It's a witch's hat. Isn't that cute? Alright, so we'll stick those back away. Bugs, by the way, do you know what also needs Einstein's model? GPS satellites need to do time correction because of their speed and because they're further away from Earth. Whoa! That's pretty cool. Dang, that GPS be so exact though. Yeah, because they are going pretty fast, huh? And it's like the faster you're moving through space, technically the slower you're moving through time. So it would be off by just that slightest little bit. Bugs, heading out for the night. Got hopefully all the facts in that you wanted today. Without the correction, GPS accuracy would be way worse. Well, I'm glad we've got such smart folks out there to figure all these things out. But yeah, thank you for hanging out today. Thanks for all the space facts, Bugs. It's been good. Looking forward to the next time that we get a little lesson. And I hope you have a great rest of your night, Bugs. Leaflet, you had a student that did a year-end project on this. Oh, really? Man, I remember learning about relativity and just thinking it was like the coolest thing ever. There was a time where I wanted to be a physics major because I was just like, this stuff is so interesting. Oh my gosh. And now, like, I'm still super interested in all that stuff, but I definitely don't have like the brain space to dedicate to it anymore. Like thinking about all these theories and like, I don't know, different particles and stuff. I feel like once I'm done with the workday, I'm like, my brain's gotta switch off into chilling mode. Just, I don't know, gotta veg a little bit after been thinking so hard all day. But yeah, that stuff is all just like super cool and still, like I said, really interests me. So I love all these little facts. All right, let's make that mutant carp roe, fermented mutant carp roe, pickled, I guess. Pickles can be fermented though, right? Is it pickles encompass like pickling with vinegar and fermentation, but fermentation is specifically like its own thing. Like if you say something is fermented, you know it's fermented, but if you say something is pickled, you don't know if it's fermented or not. It's more of an umbrella term. Do I have that right, or did I make this up? I don't know. Probably not that important either, but yeah, so that's for you, Chungus. We're getting all those cooked up, if you will. All right, and that goes in there. A few more truffles. Why do I have a random milk in my pocket? Gotta get rid of that. Ely, pickling and fermenting are not the same thing. No, but I mean is pickling an umbrella term for like vinegar pickling and fermentation. Both have to do with preserving under the same umbrella. Is fermentation a type of pickling? What's the difference between pickling and fermentation? Are two distinct flavorings and preserving processes. Okay, so the AI thing says no, fermentation is not a type of pickling, but then if you go down to like the second real result, it says that not all pickles are fermented and not all fermented foods are considered pickles. It sounds like there's some overlap. Pickling is simply preserving something in a salt solution, while fermenting is allowing bacteria to convert the sugars into alcohol. It sounds like more people agree that they're different, but that some people think that there's some overlap that you could use between the terms. Probably better to just think of them as two distinct ideas, because then it's just more clear. More separate terms for things equals more definition and understanding. And also more things to remember at the same time. If we're doing Googling, always type -AI. Does that work? It worked! Oh my god. Kate, you're an angel. Thank you. Thank you for telling me this. Ugh, I hate those stupid things. Literally, does anybody want them there? Like, I never trust it. I'm like, oh, now I've accidentally read this because it was the first thing there, and it's wasted my time because I just have to double check the information. Thank you so much. -AI. Is there... Oh, wait. Didn't I hear about an extension that you could get in Chrome or something that automatically put -AI at the end? I feel like this is now jogging a memory of maybe that was a thing. You just learned of it recently. Oh, it's so useful. Use the and UDM equals 14 search. What does that do, Chibi? Does that do the same thing, or is this like a prank? I don't know. Like, obviously -AI. Very clear what that means. And UMD equals 14. Less clear. Is that... Trying to think, could 14 be referring to like 2014? And it's like, revert back to the Google from 2014. I don't know. Oh, umd14.com blocks AI. And look at that, Chibi's a mod, so she can just post a link in chat. I can't read these words on stream, on my stream at least. So, the something Konami code. But y'all can click the link if you want. I clicked it. I promise it's not a not a bad link. AI free search. So it's like its own search engine, I guess, without AI. Or is it actually Google's search engine and they just take away the AI? I'm not sure. But either way, looks good to me. The -AI thing is super helpful as well. Are these two different sites? No, they lead to the same place. Okay. Righto. What else have we got in our pockets? Yeah, I don't remember where I learned that. It might have been... It was either on some random YouTube video, because I'm always watching some sort of YouTube video, it seems. Or maybe on, like, I don't know, some comedian show or something. You hate how AI impacts Google searches. Yes. Like I said, it wastes my time reading it because I can't necessarily trust what it's saying, and so then I just have to seek out a different source anyway. So I just feel like, I don't know, it's there, it's taking up real estate when I don't want it to, and it's kind of, actually, it's kind of similar to why speedrunners sometimes do speedruns in other languages. Sure, sometimes like a game's load speed might be slightly different in another language, but another thing that helps as well is like if you're playing a game in your native language, sometimes you can't help but read the words that are there. But if you put it in another language, especially in an alphabet that you totally don't recognize, like your brain's not even going to try and compute it. And so then you just end up going faster because you don't get like slowed down by subconsciously trying to read stuff. And that's exactly what's happening with the AI. I just like automatically, subconsciously, I see text there like after I search something and I start reading it. So yeah, no matter which one of these solutions I use, I'm gonna make sure that I do use them from here on out in the future because it's appreciated. Ooh. No, the cart didn't have anything good. I would know this because I went to the cart and I saw all the things that the cart had to offer. And yeah, they just had like boring stuff, some sticks for sale, and like things that we wouldn't care about in our high class farm over here where we're making millions. So don't worry, I won't even trouble you with listing the other things that the cart had because it's just totally pointless. Yeah. Thanks for checking in on that. It's fine. Did you finish the food? The food video from Mario Kart World. Yeah, I did finish it. I thought that her analysis of it was kind of interesting because there are multiple levels where she was like, not enough veggies here. I'm gonna have to rank this lower. And then she gets to the level where there's burgers and she was like, not enough veggies here, but it's burgers. High marks. I was just like, all right, this seems a little biased, but also who isn't biased towards their favorite foods? Fair enough. Like, I don't think she was trying to say like, oh, objectively, what is the best one? She's like, no, what do I like want to eat? Where could I live? Because I know as well, like the seafood stuff she wasn't as big on, and so she was like, yeah, I can't rank this super high because like, what are they doing putting shrimp on my pizza? But yeah, I definitely would have gone for the place that had all bread. That would have been my dream diet. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the one, I don't remember the area that had like the afternoon tea set up, but there was like some things on the bottom shelf of the afternoon tea and she didn't know what it was, and she was like, maybe limes, maybe this other weird fruit, I don't know. My guess is that it was some kind of mochi because it just looked like a little mochi, and it still wouldn't fit in on like the you're gonna buy some fiber seeds, sounds good, Ely. It wouldn't fit in on that tier still because that's supposed to be savory food and mochi is like generally a dessert, but I feel like with the shape it seemed like mochi, and sure it was green, which is not a typical mochi flavor, but I have had green mochi before, specifically in Japan at Disney, because they have the little green aliens from Toy Story. They have mochi with their faces on it. It almost looked exactly the same. Oh, what's the face for it, Ely? Oh, festival day. We can't buy seeds. Even though the festival's at night, they lock us out all day. It's a little excessive, but all right, game. All right. Let's see. Oregon Farm? Is that the name of your farm in Stardew Valley, Chungus? Oregon Farm is doing well these days. You enchanted a bunch of tools. Enchanted tools. I don't know if I knew that was a thing you could do. What happens when you enchant your tools? Do you mean like fuse them at the volcano? Or are you talking about something different, Chungus? You like how, you love how I love how she's like, I love how she's like, I hate seafood. Yeah, she and I were on the same page. Like all the different things that she's like, I would not eat this, I would not eat this. I was like, thank you very much. Finally somebody else. You thought that the green line thing could have been a melon, but mochi makes sense. It would have been a really small, like a bit of melon, like a cut, or like melon balls maybe scooped out, I guess. But yeah, like maybe mochi. You have, green tea ice cream. True, it could have been a green tea, like ice cream mochi as well, because that would have definitely been a green one. But yeah, I feel like that was the shape of it. You ever had green tea ice cream? I have had green tea ice cream. It is so good. I am such a huge matcha fan. I will admit though, like straight up matcha that's just matcha mixed into a little bit of hot water, not my favorite. It definitely tastes very grassy. But like add a bit of sugar. It doesn't even have to be like sugar to the point that it makes it sweet. Like if you're just canceling out the bitterness, or I think even if you have a really high quality matcha, it's not necessarily bitter. Like I'm fine just having kind of like neutral flavor. I just don't like if it's bitter matcha. But definitely I like adding in milk to it. I think I prefer that quite a bit. But yeah, so good. I recently bought some matcha. I haven't had matcha powder in a long time at home. Because I just had so many other teas and whatnot. I wasn't really reaching for my matcha. So once I finished my last little bit, I didn't get more. But finally, just, I don't know, maybe like 3 weekends ago or something, I bought some more matcha. So I've been making matcha lattes like all the time. And especially in the summer, it's so good to have like an iced tea option in the morning. And matcha is just like a really easy way to do that. And yeah, I've been loving it. You thought that the green line thing, could have been a melon. Whoopsie. Actually, accidentally went too far back up in chat. Did you see the Pikmin biology? I started that one, but I didn't get to finish it because I was playing Valorant at the same time. I do that a lot when I play, because sometimes, depending on when you die in the round, you might have a lot of time where you're not like really playing, you're just waiting for the round to finish, and so I'll oftentimes have a video going on in the background. But after I finished the Mario Kart one, it just happened to be like a stretch of gameplay where I didn't have a lot of downtime, so I did not finish it. I only just saw like the first minute or so, and already like the start of it is pretty, like I can see where they're going, like pretty convincing, I guess, of what I think their argument is going to be, because they were saying like, oh, what are Pikmin? Nintendo says that they're like part animal, part plant, but can that exist? And I'm like, oh, mushrooms, I see. Because mushrooms are actually more related to animals than they are related to plants, so I'm like, all right, let's see what argument they're going to lay out for me, but alas, I don't know what that is yet, so I'll have to still make sure I watch the rest of that video. Yes, it is. Oregon Farm. Oh my god. Do you have a lot of animals on that farm, Chungus? Is that hopefully where the organs are coming from? Not from anything else. Certainly not the farm members, right, Chungus? Right? You definitely like milk and sugar in yours. Yeah, and I would say especially if you're starting out on matcha and you've never had it before, I would add milk and sugar because it's just easier to get introduced to the flavor that way. But matcha ice cream, perfectly great way to do that. I remember the very first time I was ever introduced to matcha was actually through Starbucks. And because I don't like coffee, I was always looking for something else to drink whenever I went there. Because it was just like a thing that you would do with friends, right? It would be like, oh, let's go to Starbucks and whatever. And so like finally for the longest time all I had was like vanilla bean frappe, and that was like the only drink that I would ever get at Starbucks other than like a hot tea or something. And then they finally got the matcha lattes and I was like, oh, what is this? And I tried it and I immediately was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like went to the store trying to find matcha powder, didn't even know how to say it. I was calling it maca at the beginning because I had never seen like TCH put together. I was like, what's maca? But yeah, eventually I learned. Eventually I did get some of my own matcha powder and tried like making my own Starbucks drinks because I don't think I knew that it was like a Japanese thing even at the time. Like it just didn't have the cultural education, you know? And I do remember like one of the first times I ever made it, I was staying with that same aunt and uncle with like the cousin I was talking about earlier where we were playing Just Dance all summer. I was staying with them and I had bought the matcha at their grocery store and I came back and was like trying to make a drink, and I remember I had like successfully done it and I sat down on the couch with my drink and my uncle just goes like, what are you drinking? Like he was just so weirded out by it, like this green drink or whatever, and he was like, it's such an unnatural color. And I just looked at him and I was like, it's green, like what more natural of a color do you want? Like I was just so perplexed by that comment. Like literally the opposite of unnatural, actually. Do you see all of this green? Do you perchance know why it's green? It's a leaf. But maybe he just didn't know. And like oftentimes you don't see people drinking bright green drinks, so I do at the same time understand where he was coming from. But also like being a teenager and just being a little bit ornery, I was like, excuse you? So yeah, I have that memory of like one of my first times ever making matcha. You like matcha, but you feel like it got overhyped in the past. I agree with that for sure. And I do wish that I had learned about it in a different context. Like I wish that my first introduction to it wasn't through Starbucks. I wish that I didn't learn later that it was a Japanese drink and tradition and all these things. And there is so much tradition around matcha. Like there's all these tea ceremonies and like there's specific tools that you can use to whisk it and like all these different things that definitely just don't come through the way that we like, I don't know, ingest matcha, I guess, or like the culture around matcha in North America. And it's kind of sad that like all of that is missing, like all that context is missing. And also like, I don't know, we just don't have as high a quality matcha here. But I guess that is becoming a little bit of a problem, like people trying to buy up all of Japan's matcha essentially. Like tourists go there, and not just like tourists from North America or Europe or anything. I think it's like also tourists from China and stuff, but they go and like buy up like all of Japan's matcha, and then they're like, we still need matcha for ourselves. So I think I even heard of stores in Japan like limiting the amount of matcha that one customer can buy, you know, because they're just like, yeah, it's getting a little out of hand here. So crazy. Matcha lattes sound delicious. They're so good and pretty easy to make too, because like especially if it's cold, you don't need foamy milk or anything, so you can just mix a little bit of the matcha powder in some hot water and make like a slurry, and that's your matcha, and you just pour that into your cup with ice and milk, and bam, matcha latte. And also you can add like sweetener if you want. Matcha isn't your favorite, but it's pretty good. As a non coffee drinker, oh my gosh, I could just have matcha like every day. Matcha and London fog. I'm just wandering around the farm a little lost, just dreaming of matcha. Matcha and London fog are like my top two tea drinks, and luckily they're both pretty popular. I definitely see matcha around more in different cafes and stuff, but London fog pretty common too. Hey King, welcome in. How you doing today? What did I miss? Just dropping in to say hi before doing a quick podcast about Galloping Ghost tournament next week. Oh, heck yeah. Have fun doing that, King. What's the tournament that's going on? If you do have a second, but don't let me make you late to the podcast. Not missing too much today. We're just playing a little bit of Stardew Valley, but we did start Super Mario RPG last week. So we're over halfway done with that already. I think we're going to be finishing it up next week. It's been really fun though. How have you been? How have all your events gone and whatnot? Chungus, how is green an unnatural color? I know. I think just like I said, seeing a bright green drink threw him off, and I was like, bruh, green is not an unnatural color. And said America has Americanized it. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Poor matcha. Whenever we got back from Japan, when we had that trip a few years ago, I think the first time I had matcha here after coming home, it was like, oh, this is not the same. Even the matcha at Starbucks is like, it would be top tier matcha here, you know? We don't use the same kind of matcha usually. Yeah, there's different grades of matcha, like there's higher quality. Are we doing Halloween? I don't think we're worrying about it. I'm already in bed. I don't know. I sewed my thing. I got my hat. If you want another pumpkin, I can definitely get out of bed and go with you. Just let me know, Ely. But yeah, so there's like different qualities depending on how it's grown, because I know that matcha is a plant that is entirely grown in the shade or something like that. I love how I started the statement with, oh, I know. You're not pressed. You think it's one per person. Okay. Well, I'll head back to bed then. But yeah, I started that statement being like, I know that this is the case, and then ended up with like, I think, yeah, maybe. So let me not be as confident. But I think that matcha is a plant that's grown like fully in the shade, and there's only like very limited places where it will thrive in a shady environment, I think. So that's why like there's certain locations in Japan where they're able to grow it. But yeah, depending on, I believe, the time of year that it's harvested and like the exact growing conditions, you have all these different grades of matcha, and probably whatever we end up with here is not as good. So click on the moon. Ah! Oh no, he's hidden by chat. The moon is very angry with me. There you go. You can see him peeking out. He did not like that. Showing his grumpy side. You'd love to do a little tea ceremony. Yeah. Fran and I went to a cultural center. It was definitely months ago now, but we signed up for a little tea ceremony tutorial thing that was like learn how to whisk the matcha, and like they would go through all the different like steps of the tea ceremony, but it wasn't quite what we wanted it to be. Like it was a little bit expensive for what we got out of it. Like, oh, Sir Whale, welcome in. Thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Crashes through the roof. It's been a minute since we've seen that. I'm almost not even upset that my roof has been ruined. Welcome. But yeah, I just remember that like we paid more than I wanted to for what we got out of it, because it was like, I don't know, 20 people in the room, and there was one instructor, so they were just kind of like standing out the front trying to demonstrate like the whisking technique and like how long you're supposed to do it, how you pour it, because there's like, you know, all these different little traditions around every single step. But just like, you know, being at the back of the room and trying to see from that far away, I was like, oh, I actually can't really tell too much what's going on. And then like they only show you everything once, and they're like, okay, now you do it, and it's like, all right, but I don't know what just happened. So then you're just like kind of doing your best to guess what they were doing. And like, I don't know, I have more information than when I came out. Like I have an idea of how I'm supposed to whisk it, But I feel like it would have been better if they had had more instructors that could have kind of distributed themselves around the people there, and that way, like, would have been little clusters of people that were like learning from an instructor rather than like everybody trying to see the one person all at the same time. But yeah, I'd love to do a tea ceremony again under different circumstances. Let's see. Thanks for the shout out. Did you say matcha latte? How many you need? Barista enters the chat. Heck yeah. I bet you're an expert at making them, King. I was just talking about how, like, my first matcha latte ever, I'm pretty sure was from Starbucks. So, but I bet you they make them a lot better now than they did back then, because I do feel like the quality has gotten better over time. Heck yeah, London Fog! Yes, London Fogs are so good. Those are Earl Grey tea lattes, for those who don't know, and yeah, they're amazing. Ely, are you buying fiber today? This is, we've got winter coming up tomorrow. Gets the green apron on. Thank you, King. Much appreciated. You're gonna be not just our King Cam Black Man, but you're gonna be our matcha king as well over here, making all these lattes for us. Ooh, the T20 tournament. What does the T refer to and what does the 20 refer to? Is it like, do you have to play 20 different games or something and it's whoever does the best? Be sure to harvest. Will do. I saw a few cranberries around, but there honestly wasn't too much today on the farm, but I will definitely go around and make sure we get everything. This might be a hot take, but London Fog, better than matcha. Ooh, I definitely would have agreed with you at one point, and I think I just go back and forth. Like, I am on a matcha kick right now, but I do think it has something to do with the warm weather, and, like, you can't really do an iced London Fog, so, like, matcha has been the go-to. But I have for sure gone through phases where I'm just like, nah, London Fog only. I'm only in the mood for London Fog, so I can for sure feel you on that, Chungus. Chibi doesn't want you to make anything. Oh, she said none for herself. But her mom makes a great London Fog and tea latte. I bet you King could make you something good though if you wanted, Chibi. You are gonna take a London Fog. There you go. Hey, King made it up for you right away, Chibi. Look at that service. And said he don't know why, but we were talking about friends and things together. You got your friend into the game Cozy Grove because it's bear-based and she loves bears. She plays it each day. Aw, that's very sweet. I've never played that one before. I watched Coralina play a bit of Cozy Grove. It definitely is reminiscent of Animal Crossing. Art style is totally different though. But yeah, like you have a little island, right, or campsite or something, and there's little villagers on it, and you go around and you talk to them, and I think you do different like quests that help them feel better. They all seem to have like different problems, and I think you're like helping just make your campsite a better place from what I can tell. Something that is super weird to me is that Netflix actually has Cozy Grove, and you can play Cozy Grove on Netflix, and like multiple times, like the last few times that I've opened Netflix, it's just been like Cozy Grove right there, and I'm like, huh? I don't know. When did Netflix get into the gaming space? And I guess like if you have a Netflix subscription, you can just play Cozy Grove for free because it's on there. I don't know if you can even come across the games if you're not on the computer. Like what if you're just using the Netflix app on your TV or your phone or something? I would imagine that there wouldn't be games. Maybe on mobile it only shows you mobile games? Yeah, I don't know, but super interesting development, I guess, in the Netflix space. London Fog in exchange for shoutouts. I love it, King. You're a great person. You deserve it. Yes, all the friends deserve all the lovely shoutouts. There we go. Got to the point where Sir Will entered chat. Welcome in once again, friend. Good to see ya. And Leaf, let's head into bed. Good night, friend. It was good to hang out today. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Have fun or else. Well, since I'm here with everybody, that is an easy one to check off the list. But yeah, have a wonderful night, Leaflet. Oh, that was an attempted shout out for Sir Whale. I don't think we got the real shout out for Sir Whale yet. If one of the mods are able to do that real quick. You didn't hear the bot read out the message. Oh yeah, it didn't say crashes through the roof. Do you think it was something to do with the asterisks there? Or did I accidentally turn off the message thing? I might have it so that the sub messages don't get read. Hold on, let me check my settings real quick. Let's see. But good catch, Chibi. I didn't even think about it. Gonna tell you more about T20 on the Aurora Chord sometime this weekend. Sounds good, King. Enjoy the podcast today. Goes on Amazon to buy some matcha powder. Heck yeah. Do it, do it. Rude bot is rude. Okay, hold on. I've got my dashboard open. Alerts. Edit alerts. Where is it? Subscriptions. Let's see what it says. Text and speech. Does it? Text to speech. Say alert. Say resub message. That's what we want. Say resub message. Save changes. All right, there's multiple different, they let you do a different sub alert for like every different way that somebody subs. So they're like, oh, if it's a Prime subscription, if it's a brand new subscription, if it's a resubscription, if it's a gifted subscription. It's just like, what if I want them all to be the same? But no, apparently you have to like do every single one separately. Okay, and then I guess gifted subs, there are no messages, right? Only if you sub yourself, because I don't even see the option here, I believe. Say alert text. Okay, but alert text is not the alert message. So, now that I've done that, we've saved the changes. Let's see if we can replay it and if it'll do the thing.
Crashes through the roof.
There we go. Oh, it's a different guy. Oh, I didn't think about that. The voice would be different. What's the other thing where it says words? Is it the thing where it says words? I think it's with bits, right? Is that how I have it set up? I wonder if I change the voice for the bits. Let me do a random test of bits. What? Not that one. This one.
I'm gonna make them alerts they can't refuse.
I don't know if I like that lady either. Okay, I'm gonna have to play around with the voices, I think, because none of them are quite scratching that itch. I did think that the previous robot lady voice that we had through the stream element alerts was nice. So I'm gonna try and find the closest one to that, but I don't know. Probably it's not gonna be exactly the same. King starting in 8 minutes, so you must run. Yes, for sure. I'm sure King is already there. He seems to be a very organized, punctual guy. Were cherries in this one? No. Are cherries in the spring? There are cherries. Alright, so we can sell the honey, or we save honey for crafting, maybe? Maybe we save honey for crafting. Hey, Lady KB, welcome in. Aw, join in for a short bit. Sounds good. Are you here to help with the winter fiber seed planting day? You make about 20 matcha lattes a day. Every shift on weekends. Barista King. That's our king. Heck yeah. Aw, thank you for helping with the transition to winter, Lady KB. Welcome, welcome. Give all that coffee to Ely. And I'm going to go head over to Krobus real quick because it is Sunday, so the gift week has restarted. Ely, you're not a London Fog fan, a fan of London Fogs. You like Earl Grey without anything, just plain black tea. I think what I've learned over the years is that other than matcha, so this is excluded from this rule, any teas that are more like British style teas, I like usually with milk and maybe some kind of sweetener. And then any teas that are more like Asian style teas, I like them more plain. So like oolong teas, I usually like without anything in it and stuff like that. And I think it's just because like generally Asian teas tend to be higher quality. Like I think the history behind it is that like England would get a lot of like the worst quality tea from Asia, and then they would like grind it up to kind of hide that fact, I suppose. And so that's why like when you get tea leaves from Asia versus like England or something, they're quite different in size. Like England, you can tell that it's all ground up. So yeah, it's just generally lower quality tea. So like adding the milk and sugar and everything helps it taste nicer. But obviously you can get high quality of any kind of tea that you want. So maybe you're just drinking better Earl Grey tea than I have been, Ely. But yeah, so I think that that definitely makes a big difference, the quality of it, of like whether or not you would want to include milk or sugar or anything. Chungus, you like oolong tea better than both. Ooh, there you go. And do you put anything in your oolong tea, Chungus? Let us know. You can try Cozy Grove on Amazon Prime as well, really? Wait, so it's on Netflix and Amazon Prime. That's wild. Oh, Netflix, not Amazon. Okay, so just the one. Gotcha. It's a beta program. Yeah, Netflix has games. It is weird. You love that emote. Yeah, the little Starbucks cat one. It is very cute. Man, I miss like basically all of King being here. Shoot. Oh, cat caps, cat cappuccinos. That's cute. There's the shout out for Sir Whale. Perfect. Thank you for doing that, Chibi. I'm gonna sell these 2 mushrooms because why not? Sorry about that. No sorries. You're doing a good job, Chibi. I appreciate you. Yay me and woo violence. That's not the normal voice. It is not. Yeah, I switched over to using Twitch's alerts, like the native ones that they got semi recently. You open 2 extra animated emote slots if you use Twitch's alerts. Plus, I'm just trying to like in general move away from Stream Elements. It's kind of hard. Like I don't know. When I've been using them for so long, there's so many little things. So there's still like a lot of chat commands that are Stream Elements, but otherwise I think everything I've moved away from them, so that's been good. You did like the OG voice, yeah. So I'll probably go back into Stream Elements and listen to that and then just like go through all the voices on Amazon, pick the closest one. Kate's up for the night. Aw, thanks for hanging, Kate. Thanks for the stream. Hope the rest goes great. Thank you, friend. I hope you have a great rest of your night. It was good to see you. Thanks for giving her a shout out, Chibi. What time is it? I probably got... Ooh, this might end up being the last day. I don't know. Maybe one more after that. We'll see. But we're doing our Valorant premiere games tonight, it's looking like. So I want to make sure that I've got time to get on and maybe even do a little bit of a warm-up with the team before the actual games start. But yeah, I don't know if anybody saw my post in the Discord last week, because I know there's not that many people that really do, like, as far as I can tell, like shooty games of any kind. So I don't know like really how much people care about this. I think probably not that much. But Valorant has like this Premier League that you can play in, so you can get a team of like 5 of your friends together, and then they have weekly matches that you can play. And every week it gets a particular map, so you can, if you choose to, practice to like, you know, be ready to play on that particular map, and you have the opportunity to play 2 games per week. And then if you do well enough throughout the season, then you get like, I don't know, there's little like awards that you can get within the game, like a little keychain on your guns that you can put on there that says that you did well in Premiere and stuff like that. So we've been playing weekly with our friends, and we've actually been doing really well this season. Like there's a couple past seasons that we've tried to do this and we basically just lose all of our games. But this time we've actually done really well. And with playing 2 games per week, I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks and we've only lost 1 of those games. So like most weeks we've won both, and then there's only been 1 week where we lost 1 and we won 1. Whereas like usually the way it goes is like we just lose all of our games, like both games every week. So yeah, it's going surprisingly well this year, and we're actually ranked number 10 in our league. So like there's different levels of Premier. We're obviously not the highest skill by any stretch of the imagination, but like within our skill level, we're ranked number 10, which is kind of cool. So we're basically guaranteed to go to the playoffs this year. Like literally all we have to do is show up for participation points, and we'll have enough points by the end of the season to do playoffs, which is pretty cool. And so I think that means that we're guaranteed like these little gun buddy rewards and stuff like that, that we'll show off like our little premiere stuff. So yeah, all that to say that the weekly games, you can play them with your team either on Thursdays or Saturdays or Sundays, but it's only a 1 hour time window, and games take about an hour. So if you start at the beginning of the time window, you can finish one game in 45 minutes. And then as long as you're like queued up for the second game before the end of the hour, you can play throughout that entire second game. And so far we've played all of our games on Thursdays because just once the weekend hits, people get so busy. And it's really weird that it's like Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, but not Friday. I don't know how they ended up deciding that one in the end. But yeah, so I gotta be careful to end stream on time today, because last week when I streamed on Thursday, that was the day that I was like setting up my new screens and all that, and I just underestimated how much time I was gonna need to get that all done. And so I ended up starting stream like 20 minutes late, and then my teammates were like, where are you? Where are you? And I was like, I said I'd be there. And I think I got there like 2 minutes late, but I think they were wanting me to show up for like a little warm up. So I'm gonna aim to do that today. We'll see. Definitely I will not be 2 minutes late. I will be early, but maybe not like a full 30 minutes early. It depends on if today is the last day or if we'll end up doing one more. We shall see. I can hear all the fiber getting planted, so that is exciting. Always nice to have a season change, switch it up a little bit. Chibi got into Earl Grey because of Star Trek. Saying it out loud actually helps me figure it out. Star Trek. You're gonna buy more fiber seeds. You think, Ely? Is that what you're gonna buy more of? You love Earl Grey, but it's caffeinated, so you can't have it. Oh. Actually, I did see there's this fancy tea shop nearby that I learned about recently. It was actually when my dad was here, or was it? Maybe it was when my brother was here. I don't know, one of the two. I can't remember. We had so many guests, like, did very similar things with a lot of them. But I think they had a rooibos Earl Grey. Yeah, I'm sure there's decaf as well, but I think this was like a fully herbal Earl Grey, which I was like, what? Because I guess they just add like the bergamot, you know, to the rooibos tea. But I was like, that is intriguing. And I was doing no caffeine for a while, but I did not last. I was gonna say I didn't last that long. I think I actually lasted for over a year doing no caffeine, but I don't know. Matcha and Earl Grey, I love them so much. But it's hard to give up. But I don't know, the thing that gets me with caffeine is that even though I only drink tea, and usually 1 cup of tea per day, sometimes 2 if I feel like I need a second one in the afternoon, but not always. Like, so not that much caffeine, right? Like, tea has way less caffeine than coffee. I still get withdrawal symptoms. Like, I have headaches on days where I don't drink caffeine, and it's really annoying on the weekends and stuff because I'm not waking up early to like get tea first thing in the morning like I do when I'm working. And so then, like, I don't know, it maybe hits like 11 a.m. and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't have my tea today. I'm starting to get a headache, and it's like, I wish that I could just do what I want and like some days have tea and some days not have tea, but apparently my body doesn't work that way, which is quite annoying. Congrats on the Valorant. Thank you, Lancetti. Lancetti, they can see the population spikes when people log in, and Thursday is high for online co-op games. Oh, Genshin will start events Thursday instead of Tuesday. Really? I wonder what it is about Thursdays. Like, I don't know, far enough into the week that people are maybe starting to feel ready for the weekend, but like, since it's not the weekend yet, they're still staying at home? Maybe something like that. That's interesting that they have all the stats on that, and they're like, yes, Thursday is the day that people are at home, ready to game. Jean-Luc Picard, your captain likes Earl Grey. Aww. That's really cool. I like that you got introduced to it through Star Trek. What a lovely nerdy way. Krobus means bridge crosser in our language. Did you guys know that? Bridge crosser. Best friends! Oh my. I'm at a 10 heart friend level with Krobus. I just got the Steam achievement. I don't think the Steam achievement shows up in the stream, but it said, oh, a gift to remember the day that I hatched. Thank you. Oh, so Krobus comes from an egg, we just learned. So now what? When do I get to ask Krobus to be my roommate? I want to do that. I've never lived with anybody in Stardew Valley, and I know you can't marry Krobus, but you can have him be your roommate, and I want that to happen so bad. Ooh, Desert Trader. Are you over there talking with them, Lady KB? Thank you for the collapse, Chibi. Also, speaking of, I know I missed a message from Lady KB earlier. Something about Harvey, my love. I saw it out of the corner of my eye when I was talking, and then I forgot to go back and check. I need an item. Is it... You have to give the same pendant as if you were going to marry him? Or is it something different? You should let go of your matcha. It's not decaf. Oh. I mean, if you need somebody to let it go to, just saying. You get headaches from consuming caffeine, so it's easy to give up, I mean. Wait, so for you, it's the opposite. You get headaches when you drink it. Versus me, I get it when I stop drinking it. So I'm like, oh, I'm motivated to keep drinking more. That's so interesting. I didn't know that could happen, actually, that you get headaches from actually consuming it rather than it being a withdrawal thing. Friday might be like family night or go to the movies or something or go out. Yeah, it's more of like a going out day, like start to the weekend. But yeah, Friday is lower population for some reason. There you go. Earl Grey hot. Definitely gotta go for the hot Earl Grey. I don't think I've ever seen anybody offering an iced Earl Grey latte. If you want my matcha, it's yours. I feel like I keep unloading tea on you. Oh, but it's been good though. I finished all of it. We don't have any more of the Thai tea left. Did you know that? I finished all that Thai tea. We just kept making big batches of it. And actually it was the week after my dad was here that I made the last of the Thai tea. All gone. How about we do the rest in winter melon? That sounds good to me. I know we had some winter melon seeds already in the bin. I did not help that much today. That was 400. Whoa, we're gonna be swimming in fiber. Nice, nice, nice. You've almost finished your ginger crystals because you've been drinking it while sick. Oh, poor Lancetti. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. I feel like I've underestimated the power of ginger when not feeling well. I don't know. I just, like, sometimes we had ginger ale when I was a kid when we were sick, but other than that, like, we didn't really utilize it that much in our household. But now whenever I have a stomach ache, I'm always like, oh, I wish I had ginger. Why didn't I have ginger? Remember all that cloth? Yes. I know we have a giant stack of cloth in the shed. What's we doing with it? The whole box is almost gone. Oh, friend. How long have you been sick for now? We're making tents. Are tents the item that allow you to sleep outside? Are you just trying to make sure that I don't lose us money anymore by passing out? Yes. Oh boy. This is going to be great. We're going to be invincible. I've never used a tent before. Very exciting. Chungus, you have some double bergamot Earl Grey. That's quite nice. Oh, man. There's one tea place that Fran and I went to when we first moved to this area, and we're still looking for a place to live. And this place is actually kind of far from where we're at now. Like, we can still get there by public transportation, but I think it takes, like, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour almost. But it had this really, really good tea shop in a mall near there. And they had a double bergamot type tea as well. And they offered a drink. I think they called it like, I don't know, instead of London fog, it was like Shanghai fog or something. I can't quite remember the name. Something similar to that. And so I ordered it because it was my first time there. And I was like, oh, what's that? Sounds good. And oh my God, it was the best London fog / I guess not London fog because it had a different name that I have ever had. It was so good. And there has been at least one time that we've gone all the way on that 1 hour travel to go to that tea shop so I can get that same drink again because I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. So next time I go, because we probably are going to go again, I think I'm going to have to buy the tea. I was hesitant because it was quite expensive, but I kind of regret not getting it last time. And also last time we were there, I still had a bit of a significant stock of tea, and now I'm actually like doing pretty good getting through all of my tea and not quite running low, but like, you know, I probably have like 3 different caffeinated teas to choose from at this point, with one of them being the matcha. So right now I have an afternoon tea, a Piccadilly blend tea, and my matcha, or my 3 caffeinated ones. And then for decaf, I have like a peach rooibos, I think it's like peach honey blossom or something, and then a white tea, and those are my 2 decaf teas. Plus I have like some dandelion tea from long ago when Ely introduced me to it, but that was not one that you gifted. I did buy that one on my own. So those are like my 3 herbal teas and my 3 caffeinated teas. But I'm like, I could have more than 3 teas at a time. That's not overdoing it, right? So yeah, in the future, definitely gonna be something that I do. Len said, you feel fine except your nose is still like, yo, I have snot, TM. Oh, friend. Sometimes there's just some symptoms that linger for a while. Oh, so annoying. I do hope it goes away for you soon. Lethargic a bit too. You got sick Monday after the event. So the 21st to today. That's 10 days. You slept all of the 22nd and 23rd. Like 48 hours solid of sleep. Holy. All right, those folks playing, I think we do have time for one more day. So let's do one more day and we'll call that one the last one. Winter the 2nd will be our last day of stream. Let's see, Ely, your favorite is Spicy Earl Grey in a city that you went to Union. Spicy Earl Grey. Is that kind of like some kind of chai maybe mixed with Earl Grey? Because I would imagine spicy is not like capsaicin spicy, but rather like spiced, like with different, I don't know. Chai has a lot of different things in it. It does have a little bit of like heat to it, but it's not spicy in the same way. Can send me a link to Spicy Earl Grey. I'll be interested in trying it. You don't like chai. Okay, because I was going to say, actually, I'm not the biggest fan of chai. I think I've only ever had one chai tea or chai latte. Not chai tea. Chai means tea. Only one chai drink. Because I think I've had it like plain black tea as well as in latte form. I believe the one that I liked was a latte, but I can't remember for sure. But I have tried multiple chai lattes, and I don't know, like they're really hit or miss for me. Sometimes they're tolerable, and other times I'm like, this is not for me. And then one time I had one that I liked, but yeah, generally it's not my thing. So what is the Spicy Earl Grey? And said you were looking at loose leaf teas on Amazon, and the reviews made you ill. Things in loose leaf tea that shouldn't be there. Oh no. Wait, reviews like, oh, I found, I don't know, like bugs in my tea or something like that. Ooh. Only 3. Yeah, only 3 teas right now. But you have to understand, I had so many before. I had like, hold on, let me look at my shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so right now on my shelf, I have 6 empty tea caddies that all had different teas. But the reason I bought them is because it was like a collection of Alice in Wonderland tea caddies. So they're all like different colors and have different Alice in Wonderland illustrations on them. And they're like nice metal tea caddies. And so I bought all 6 of those. And that's the Piccadilly blend and the afternoon tea are still from the Alice in Wonderland tea set. But I finished all the other teas. And then on top of that, I used to have an Earl Grey from that same company, and I would have like, I don't know, just multiple different other ones, to the point where like the space that we had designated in our pantry for tea no longer fit the amount of tea. Plus I had multiple different kinds of rooiboshes that I used to have, and then on top of the dandelion, like I had, there's like a strawberry shortcake rooibosh that I had. There was a lemon rooibosh that I had. There was plain rooibosh. There was the dandelion one. I had ginger ones. I had like just all these different kinds. And it, mind you, it wasn't like, oh, I've got a few tea bags of this and a few tea bags of that. It was like, no, full tea caddies of like every single one of these. It was a little out of hand. So I am purposefully trying to restrict myself on the amount of tea. So I know 3 is not that many, but I'm just trying to make sure that I don't go crazy like it was before. Because it would be like any time that I would see tea that I was like, ooh, that sounds kind of good, I would just get it. And then, I don't know, once you've got so many different teas, you can't be drinking them all at once. And then especially in the summer, you're not drinking as much tea. So then like it takes even longer to go through them. Although I am still drinking hot tea every morning. Well, not every morning this summer, but like I'm getting through my matcha, but there's a good number of days that have, other tea lattes as well. Not London Fog, because I don't currently have Earl Grey, but I do like adding a bit of milk and vanilla syrup to my tea. You'd buy the tea if you keep going to get it and thinking of it. Yeah, I agree. I should go back and get that specific double bergamot Earl Grey. Ooh, the legendary glacier fish. Good job, Lady KB. Should I try that out? I think I know where the spot is. Oh wait, I should do the animals first. let me not neglect them on our last day on the farm. You want to say it's like orange, cinnamon, and clove. Okay, so the orange would go with the bergamot because that's also citrus. I wonder, I guess the clove, probably they wouldn't make it too strong. Like they would know how to limit it, but I would be like, could it be too strong? I would have a worry, but if you like it, maybe I would like it. Can confirm, I did have a lot of teas. Yeah, not to mention the Thai tea as well. Like that was like a whole gallon-sized bag of Thai tea that I inherited from Ely. Oh, there was also like coconut tea that I had gotten that was like a black tea that had coconut flakes in it. And there was also this one type, I don't know if it was an Earl Grey or if it was something else, like different kind of black tea, but there was this type of tea that my friend had introduced me to where it was this kind of like frou-frou brand that sold this particular type of tea only on the full moon, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta get it, right? Like, it's just such an outrageous concept. I was like, I have to do that. So I had a bag of that tea for a little while. It was just, I don't know, so easy. And then, like, sometimes I would also go away on trips, and then I was like, well, I need to drink tea while I'm here. And so I would, like, also get a box of tea while I was on the trip. Then I'm like, well, I'm not getting rid of it. So I bring that home with me, and now it's like, okay, well, I've got 3 different boxes of Earl Grey from just, like, having them at different times. I don't know. Like a lot of people found bugs in their loose leaf. No, not that. I luckily don't think I've ever come across that. If I have come across it, I just haven't noticed. So hopefully the case is just that I've not had bugs in my tea before. You make sun tea. You would make sun tea, but it's been rainy lately. Oh, that's definitely a classic. My grandma would always make sun tea for us every summer. Always with Lipton tea as well, I'm pretty sure. So even like Lipton tea these days, I don't really like it if it's hot tea, but I will drink it like cold. Oh, there it is. We already got it. Ah! And I failed. I will drink it as cold tea because it's like very nostalgic. The sun tea flavor, yeah. You don't need the sun for it. You can make it in a windowless closet if need be, but you gotta do it out in the sun for the experience. There's a shop in the US called Muse 2320 that sells yarn, but also tea. Oh, we got it again. Okay, hold on. No! I'm gonna be feeling at this all day. Yarn and also tea, and they'll theme it for Halloween. Oh, that's so cool. The place where I got all my Alice in Wonderland teas was called Whittard's, and they're an English brand, but they had some of the best Earl Grey that I've had other than this local place. Well, I don't know if it's a local place. It's probably a chain. I'm not sure. But at least it was at that mall that was, you know, within an hour on public transportation. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Dang it. We actually had it going good for a minute there. It was behaving. Ugh. I just need to get lucky and get it on a time where it's like more still like that. Anyways, the reason I bring up Whittard's is because when I bought all of that Alice in Wonderland tea, I purchased so much tea from them that I got like a little freebie thing, and so I got to pick what it was, and it was around Halloween time, and so they had a it was like a peanut butter chai, I think, that I picked up for free with that order. That was definitely interesting, and like I said, I'm not a huge fan of chai, so I only had it a few times, but Fran really seemed to enjoy it, so he finished that one. So we also had peanut butter chai at one point. Praise the sun tea. Red coloring 4 is made of insects. Okay, but you know what I mean, like not just random bugs in my tea. I have not seen, but also like, is there red food coloring generally in tea anyway? That's not the same as bug bodies in your tea leaves. Yeah. You found one of your fancy hot cocoa mixes at the health store last week and were excited to grab it. Oh, I see. Was it at the health store because it's got some special ingredients that, like, I don't know. Is it like digestive hot chocolate? Gosh dang. Can you just not? Maybe I don't have the right bobber for catching this. Like, it does feel like my bobber is moving really slowly, and I think I have the weighted one on, but I like the weighted one because then the bar doesn't bounce off the bottom, and that does make it easier. I think it's just fancy. Ooh, powdered in a glass bottle. Is it the Oh, what is that brand? We've gotten an Happy Cow? Is that it? We've gotten a powdered one in a glass bottle several times, and I love reusing the bottles. Oh no! I messed that one up. I feel like I could have done that. Ugh. You think? It's got a cat logo. There you go. I think I've tried that one. It's pretty good. And they have different flavors. I'm pretty sure the first one I got was like a marshmallow flavor. That one might have been a tad sweet, but I've liked other ones that I've tried from them. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Ugh. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in this spot fishing all day and I'm still not going to have it before the end of stream. There's a few flavors, but you grab the chocolate truffle one. Ooh. It's like a cute milkshake bottle. Yes, okay, then that's definitely the same one that I've had. And we do have multiple of those empty bottles in our cupboards that we use for different things. Skip minigame, best mod ever. I know, Ely has that one too, and I think Jin does as well. But even though I hate fishing, I want to feel like I've earned it. I have actually caught it before on a different save file, I think. I think it was actually... Oh no! It was, there was a time where Funkle Chunk and I played Stardew Valley for 40 hours in 1 week when we were on vacation, staying together with our family. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that showed me this is where the spot is, and I was able to catch it. No! It's a regular fish! Ugh. I'm heartbroken. I'm also messing up on that chest quite badly. Okay, let's not lose it here. See, what if the legendary one was like this? I could handle it. Ugh. See, its movements like are not even big enough to leave the bar. Trouble, yeah. I was playing some Stardew with Trouble. That was a while back now, though. I think that might have been over a year ago at this point. And I don't know if you and I have played Stardew Valley together since. It was before we started this farm. It was either before we started this farm or like soon after. Does the legendary not show up in the nighttime? Because I feel like it stopped showing up since it turned dark. But we had this, the way that we did our crops was like maximizing the number of crops that fit around the iridium sprinklers. I don't know. It made it really efficient, like using up the farm space like that, I think. And so I tried to implement it in this farm. Nobody was a big fan of it. So we quickly got rid of it the very next season. But I don't know. I have fond memories of that farm because we were making money really fast and we were growing so many hops as well. Like to the point, because hops, I think you can harvest them every single day. And so we had just like hops coming out of our ears, and it got to the point where whenever we needed extra energy to like keep making it through the day, we were just eating hops raw. It was just like, oh God, imagine if this was real. We can make better sprinklers for spring. I think most of what we have are iridium sprinklers. Probably can do extenders. What are sprinkler extenders? I don't know about these. Dang. Okay, I'm really sure that the legendary doesn't spawn in the dark because every single one now has not been legendary. We've got a lot of brown sprinklers. Like the copper ones, you mean? You buy them from Key. The sprinkler extenders, huh? I'm definitely down for that. Funkle Chunk and I never got those. Those would work too. The sprinkler extenders. So can you put the sprinkler extenders on iridium sprinklers as well and they reach even further? Or is it more like you put the sprinkler extenders on lower quality sprinklers and then it basically turns them into iridium? You put one on a sprinkler a while back. I don't think I ever realized that's what it was. I know some of our sprinklers look funny, but I didn't know. Okay, they reach further, even the iridium ones. Okay, cool, cool. You like the minigame? It has a cosmos background. That's for my my game. That's one of the mods that I have. Like, this should not be purple. This shouldn't be pink and purple. This shouldn't be pink and purple. I don't remember the exact name of the mod, but it's something like mermaid theme or whatever. It just makes it prettier. I felt like it fit in better with like my Aurora aesthetic as well, having like pinks and purples and stuff. So, all right, let's see if we can catch one more fish before bed here. But yeah, I see the stars now that you're talking about. It's very pretty. I'm so used to the way this looks now too. Whenever I do see regular Stardew, I'm like, wait, it looks weird. But yeah, I wanted a lot of aesthetic mods actually for playing Stardew on stream with you guys. Like, I just wanted it, I guess, to look more kind of cutesy, girly, like fancier maybe. But I had a really hard time searching. And then I know somebody told me a particular mod that I actually did want. It might have been Lady KB who told me it. And I think we have it in our thread somewhere, like, about Stardew, and I just need to double check it, but I still haven't gotten it yet. And I was like, wait, that sounds perfect. That's like what I wanted. And now look what I've done. Just drag my feet on it. All right, we're gonna sell all these fish and hop in bed. Or wait, should I save them for... Maybe I will save them for, not roasting. What is it called? Smoking them, because they sell for more if you do that. Or I can just put them in right now. Why not? Oh, no. Pocket. And I do need coal for that, I remember. It's getting late, you hush. We're doing fish smoking. Oh, no. There we go. Nice. And I can put these away when I put the coal back. I'm gonna make it to bed. I got this. Alright. Heck yeah. I think we ended in a pretty good spot. All set after winter. Thanks to Ely and Lady KB. I legit did not help with a single thing of planting. I feel bad. What are you saving the money for? We're buying the clock, which apparently costs 25 million in this game. So we still have a long way to go. It's crazy. You put a pic of the farm that Jin and you maxed out. It was possible with the sprinkler nozzles. And you did spoiler it. Okay. 10 million. 10 million. Sorry, not 25 million. 10 million. All right, so we're not saving this day, but I do like to peek around the farm before we wrap things up. So I'm just gonna have a look-see. Look at our fiber growing, the sprinkler in. This must be the extender? I'm not sure. Were we making up numbers? Okay. Yes. I didn't remember. All right, so I said something that I felt somewhat confident in. Let's go, let's stand, yeah, in the middle of the fiber field since y'all worked so hard on it. We'll get our little screenshot here. I don't know if Lady KB is around to join. I mean, I'll snag one now in case I didn't notice if Lady KB already logged off or not. Oh, I heard a sound. Is she coming over for a picture? Yeah! Look at us. So cute. You got your adorable little beanie. Oh, my character had its eyes closed. Hold on. Ah! That was cute. Wait. Okay. I thought you were walking off. I kept messing up my screenshot. There we go. That's a cute one of us. Very nice. Thank you so much for playing with me. Let me get the scent. There. We're so adorable together. Harvestella's worst thing is after midnight. It changes the clock to early hours. So you have to rely on the screen getting darker to tell you how close to 2 a.m. it is. Ooh. 25 million is a lot, but I misspoke. It's 10 million, which is also still a lot. It's a lot. You also have your scarf on. Oh, with your scarf mod. Oh, but we can't see it. I bet it's so adorable on your screen. Oh, yeah, thanks again for playing. With that, let me take you guys take you guys on over to my thanks for coming screen. There we go. The traveling merchant was selling juice. It doesn't specify what kind, just that it's sweet and nutritious. Yes, very sus. Thanks to the stream, of course, Ely. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and especially to Ely and Lady KB for playing with me today. I had so much fun chatting with you all and just chilling. It was good to be back on the farm. Like I said, I was very tempted to play some more Super Mario RPG today, but this was very nice. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Yes, I hope everybody does have a good weekend as well. I don't think Fran and I really have anything on our to-do list this weekend, so hopefully we just have some time to get some chores done and chill. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull up Twitch here to see who we've got on tonight. Thanks for getting the raid message, Chibi. Do we have a raid target? Not yet. Did you have a suggestion, Ely? We've always got our guide the raid redeem if you have somebody in mind. Yeah, there's a couple people on, but definitely... Aw, Cozy in Hyrule for sure. I see them right here. Thank you for the recommendation, Ely. What is this game? Is this Skyward Sword? It is Skyward Sword. Yeah, I never finished this game. This would be a good one. Another definitely cozy place to head to. It's right in the name, right there. So, hope y'all have a nice time with them this evening. I am gonna be lurking so I can go off and play my premiere games with the team. And hopefully all goes well. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. Have a good one, everybody. Bye!